a second.
All right.
I'm gonna let the numbers build before we get started.
All right. Plug my boy Juju got with the gear and all that shit there. With the comrades all in there and all,
Live
you
now.
know.
Oh yeah, we live now.
We live.
I think we live.
Wow.
Now.
We live. This what they been waiting on and shit. They been waiting to see me. What they been.
I think this what they've been waiting on.
They've been calling my name, you know what I'm saying? Sending threats and
I think this what they waiting on.
All the
family,
robots.
I ask that everybody share. We live now. We're gonna get started in a few minutes. We got the general on deck. That's right. We got the general on deck. That's right. General Delta on deck. Tonight we going uncut. We're going raw. And what I mean by uncut and raw, we're going to answer all the questions that people are curious about, all the questions that came through the chats, all the questions that comes on his feed. You know, we're going to go all in tonight. We ain't playing. Shout out to Holly Love in the building. That's right.
Honor, Holly.
Rashad in the building. All honor. That's right.
All honor.
Even brothers from NFAC. If you got some questions, you can put them in the chat. But the whole thing is that at the end of the day, we ain't going back and forth at you with a spit spat and this and that. We want all facts. That's it. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. All honor the squad, man. All honor NFAR, man. All honor the war room, man. Kenyon.
Hey, family, this is going to be good, family. This is going to be good. Let everybody know what we're doing. This is going to be good today. This is going to be good today.
Ooh, Lord, like Lord said, ain't it good? Yes, it is. Yes, it is today. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the family. Let me open my mic up. Oh, y'all building up fast. Y'all building up fast. Y'all like this kind of stuff, huh? Hey, say this kind of stuff.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I am your host. Let me make sure that everybody can hear me correctly. Family, I'm your host, Brother Taharkabey. That's right. The Moorish American is in the building with the NFAR General. Absolutely, family. With that being said, family, we have 71 people watching now. So we ask that we try to have the thumbs up that's consistent with those who are watching. And the reason why we want those thumbs up is because many people try to fake and act as if they don't care how many views, they don't care how many likes. Well, I do. The reason why I do, because I understand technology to the point that what happens is when you thumbs up, it puts it in an algorithm. When you like, it puts them in an algorithm, and it gets the video or the presentation to be spread. You follow what I'm saying? And so that's just what it is. When you, what's up, Love Queen? When you are watching the video, the numbers make the video to be seen. We don't do this so it would not be seen. See, many people fake. I don't do it for views. Well, I do. I want to get the message out. I want to get the message out that if someone is dealt a bad hand, if someone is a fraud, if someone is not who they say they are, if I want to teach you something, if I want to elevate your mind, I need thumbs up. I need likes. With that being said, welcome. You know what I mean? Welcome.
All honor, man. All honor the squad tonight, man.
To another edition of Moorish World TV. And I am your host, Brother Taharkabey, family. We are back in the building to address NFAC as it relates to the leader, Grandmaster J, not in no disrespectful way, but only to address the facts. That's it. We are not addressing, I am not addressing, I can speak for me, Grandmaster J as a slanderous campaign. I'm not addressing Grandmaster J as a disrespectful campaign. I'm only addressing it because we that represent liberation movements for our people only want the facts. Now, with that being said, I have my brother back in the building. I call him General Delta. I don't know what he call himself, but he the general to me. Yeah, he the general to me. And so I'll allow him to introduce himself briefly. Let me ask him myself, Brother Delta, General Delta. Brother,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't mind, brother, when did you join the NFAC?
Well, I joined the NFAC. All honor, comrade. First of all, just bring me back on here and be able to clean the slate a little bit. You know what I mean? Bring some overstanding to all the folks who've been out here watching. You know what I mean? They're still curious. You know what I mean? Still fence leaning. You know, we'll try to explain that tonight. But also vertical intuition. You know what I mean? My line is out there, JC. Got the gear for me. You know what I mean? Looking at all this gear. So all this drip on me. See that? Mm-hmm. All the drip on me, all the shirts, all the gear and all that vertical intuition. Heavy-handed tribe, new currency, my comrade GD. You know what I mean? He got his own little clothing line coming out, Warrior House, fitness, Juju the champ, the little boxing champ, God body boxing also. I gotta salute the tribe tonight. You know what I mean? So also Moorish House, the Moors. You know what I mean? Without you, bro, you know what I'm saying? None of this would be possible. They'll still be sleep. You know what I mean? Still be sleep in a sunken place. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what we got to get to today. You know what I mean? We got to waken the folks up. But I started out with NFAC when he came across Ahmaud Avery when it was that Ahmaud situation.
Right.
So that Ahmaud situation when that occurred down there in Georgia, someone sent Grandmaster my way. You know what I mean? Like I told folks before, we started out with RBGs. You know what I mean? Back in the days, you already know the history of the conscious community. We started out a long time ago, so we are the front runners of this little conscious community, whatever they want to call it. You know what I mean? We want to call it that one village right now. That's what I like to call it right now. Just one village. You know, that's been broken down. We got to build this house back up properly. This consists more of NFAC, NFAR. You understand that? So I want to bring that out, get that to everyone. Everyone, I want everyone to really understand that. Black, brown, white, you know what I mean? Asian. This is beyond coalition, beyond regimes. You understand that, first and foremost. It's not about me, Jim J. You understand that? It's not about you. You understand that it's not about the squad right here. It's about the future. The future sake of these children, man, setting a new order. I want to just throw that out there first and foremost. We are in a sunken place. You know what I mean? It's time to awaken. So like I said before, once I got that information, you know what I mean, I looked into it around when they went out there in Georgia. Once again, I looked at the video and I saw other men out there. I say, wait a minute, this was like RBGs. I can see them. I see the gun club out there, Huey Gun Club. I seen different regimes. You see that? I seen M66, all that out there, right? So I got the information. I said, okay, I'm thinking this is one of my guys, part of my regime. So I got in contact with Grandmaster through another guy. You know what I mean? We exchanged numbers with so and so. We spoke one on one, and that's when we started building. When I got to go from it's going to be a north and south situation. What we trying to explain to you folks while you sitting here watching the timeline and you're on the comment section, and those within NFAC that's out there in the formation that's behind Grandmaster protecting them. We are the room. You see that? We are the room. We were in the room aligning these formations. The security team, we are that. So what we telling you is coming directly from his mouth and from other sources in there that can come forth and tell you the same thing. So this was around that time when it was Amar going into the George situation, when I came about NFAC, you know what I mean? And that's when NFAC was born. Before that, when it was out there um, about Amar, NFAC did not exist.
So
There was no real militia.
so just to rewind just a little bit. Um, so basically, NFAC was born out of the Ahmad situation.
Yes. You know,
Okay, now
he never had a
on that
militia.
on that video about Ahmad, you have the Black Panthers that was there, the new Black Panther Party that was there, right?
Yeah.
Are you aware that the NFAC now calling themselves the new Black Panthers?
I saw that earlier. I want to explain that.
Right.
That's what I was talking about. That same guy, I asked him about there was some situations going on in my group, and it was some friction. We bumped heads a little bit. You know what I'm saying? With one of those guys from RBGs that switched over to Gun Club. What they don't know, that Grandmaster wasn't fond of them being a part of the regime. You know, so I'm confused about how is he a part of anything outside of NFAC when it was a blood oath to this movement. So I'm seeing that, but what I'm thinking is that he's just aligned with them right now. And that's through the one little comrade, the RBG general back in the days. He's the one that's running with him. That's who I asked Grandmaster about. How are they in there? Where did they come from? He told me they came from the Georgia base. Those same guys he's out there in DC with right now, he told me he didn't even know them. You see, he told me Georgia base had those guys. So it's like, why are you utilizing them then? You know what I mean? If you really don't want them there. So the same guy that's out there standing next to him, Grandmaster was the one that sent me the screenshot. You know, and that's what caused the friction when I called him on the phone. You know, so they thinking that they're out there doing a good deed. No, bro, he's just using you because he's the one who sent me to you. You see that?
So what I'm trying to figure out is from your knowledge of being tactful and tactical, is NFAC and the new Black Panther Party one at this point?
No, they
saying that figuratively.
They've been joining. You know what I mean? Like I said, the coalition, Black Panther Party was there was a part of it. We had RBGs out there. Gun Club was a part of it. You know what I mean? I didn't know that at first. I was thinking that he really had his own men he was bringing forth. So when I saw him at the Mars situation, and I had to question that. So okay, well, where's your coalition? You know what I mean? Where's your actual coalition? Because I'm seeing other guys within this regime. You see that? So they've been a part of it. They come out every formation. So the same way how you see them up there in DC, where the guys at?
Yeah. So he said himself that that we came to DC and didn't let anybody know. I translate that as I snuck into DC. That's what it sounds like to me.
I mean, you really wouldn't have. I mean, but you really wouldn't have to sneak into DC because DC is not open carry. You see what I'm saying? It's like if you're sneaking into DC, then what for? You know what I mean? What is the purpose of you going out there to DC for? You know, when you clearly stated to me, I'm trying to get these people to understand that. This man stated to me that if there was any complications, he's willing to work with the police. He's willing to sit there in court, testify. He was willing to turn me over to them. So I don't understand how is this going in one ear and out the other on the comment section. You see, that's what I don't understand.
So, Brother Delta, so if this is a coalition based on bearing arms, but you're not able to bear arms from a general perspective as yourself, if you're not able to bear arms in a location such as DC and other states that don't have the open carry law, what is the alternative?
That's what I question.
Because it doesn't make sense to me if you're shouting all of these epithets and you're talking about these guns and you calling for 1 million guns and all of this craziness. And I call it craziness because you really don't have a plan. Now, if you had a plan, it's different.
Yeah.
Now, my thing is, what is the how do you go into a no carry state without your gun if that's what you've been perpetuating to say that you stand for?
Exactly. I didn't even know that formation where that event was taking place. I found out later. So I was questioning that because they were supposed to be going back to Kentucky on the 5th. So I'm like, well, why would you be here? You know, why would you be moving folks here And what was the reason? Even like I tell folks, when it's time to move, we got to have a reason to move, especially above ground. You got to understand militia. Militia don't move like that. So it seems like you're utilizing the people again. You know what I mean? To gain some kind of energy. You know what I mean? To bring back that attention, put it behind yourself, your own personal agenda, your own movement. Because what I was looking at, it was saying GMJ Entertainment. Nothing said militia, ex-military, no nothing. It was saying GMJ Entertainment. So I didn't understand that part. So I'm like, okay, now we bouncing around so much. I know the real agenda behind the scene. We are not here for the hashtag. We're not there for Brianna. So I'm questioning, why are you in DC? Why are you in DC like that with this small regime here? What was the reason to come out and show yourself? Generals don't be above ground like that. You know what I mean? Unprotected like that. In DC, maybe you already feel at home because that's where you come from. You're cut from that. You see what I'm saying? You already should know those grounds. You're welcome there in DC more than you are in Kentucky. You see, that's where you come from. You know what I mean? You cut from that cloth. So on the phone, I brought that up in the conference call when Jay got this alert. And it was saying like whenever we're on the call, out of nowhere these alerts just pop out. They just pop up. Oh, special alert, special alert. So I'm like, okay. Well, I got an alert saying if there's any time for me to run for president, it'll be now. Oh, my antennas went up. I was questioning that. Are you going to run for president? Go ahead, do it. You know what I mean? I pushed him. Hey, you should. You know what I mean? For the attention that you done gained from this already. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do. Because it seemed like you're trying to get up out of this. You told me you only want to be here for a year. You know what I mean? So if you're going to run, go ahead and run. You know? So I asked to go to DC. And that's when he told me it's not open carry. So I'm like, I want to go anyway. You know what I mean? That was my mindset.
So
You know
he
what I
was
mean?
already projecting to go to DC way before.
It was questioning. He said he got an alert saying from someone, some source, if it's the right time to run for president, it will be now. I suggested it. Hey, do it. Then I just jump up in the seat. You just teach me such and such. You know what I'm saying? We jump up in the office and all that. You know what I mean? Like Pac said, I'll be sitting across from you one day. You know what I mean? So it's like I tell all my folks, just because you got a suit and tie on, I mean, you're working for them. You know what I mean? So you got to learn the game. That's what I was telling him. Just teach me the game. You know what I mean? The up to the next level. And you go here. That's the case. But you said you done it before. If it didn't work, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, what's behind this? What's the end game for you? Because you telling me you want to be in here for a year. So if that's the case, then go ahead, do that, and I'll step up and take over the coalition. That's what I presented. But I didn't overstand that. You know what I mean? For him saying, I got this alert, such and such, to run. Then I got another alert for Trump arrest in Iran. The arrest for Donald Trump.
He got alert for arrest for Donald Trump.
Donald Trump got a warrant.
Let me ask you a
A
question.
warrant from
How do you believe that he's that connected into the political arena that he can be alerted for arrest for Donald Trump? And do the
I'm saying to
people
myself,
around
this
him
is
believe
like
that?
social. Yeah, I'm saying to myself, this is like social. A lot of information you can research it and find it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, these alerts coming in, as far as the connection with Russia, and the connection with Africa, we don't know where they came from. They came out of nowhere.
Let me ask you a quick, brother. I want to try to stay on this for 1 second. What do you think he's trying to project when he start talking about these international connections? I'm trying to really wrap my mind around this.
That's what I was questioning. He brought up the warrant from Iran to arrest Trump. He brought that up twice. Now I didn't know he did security for him. Okay, now I'm thinking, okay, well, the connection with Russia. You know what I mean? The conversation, whatever you had with them. Then with Africa, you know what I mean? The conversation with Africa, Black Hawk Down. I was questioning because that's the only time the U.S. lost was to a black militia. It's a militia. It was that militia, that African regime. You see that they lost to, you know. So the connections. What I'm saying from him saying out his mouth, he's not trying to get in a shootout. nor trying to get hit with the terrorist tag. So why would you then get on the phone with Africa and even speak on anything if they was trying to give us weapons or they could or such and such, and knowing you would say something like that, knowing that could automatically ties to the T tag, knowing that's not your agenda, you said it until you're gone, till you're gone. You know what I mean? So why would you connect us like that? I didn't understand that. You see it?
Right. And brother, I just want to be uncut in this interview, brother, and maybe just so you can help give us understanding. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, I ain't no militia man. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to bang. I'm ready to bang any way it goes. Don't get it twisted. But I'm just not. I'm just that's
why I'm
just
trying to
not
get
me.
it to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So I just want to ask you the questions that have been coming across my radar. Like questions such as when Grandmaster Jay makes a lot of threats. You feel me? And one of the things that I have a problem with is as he's making these threats, you know what I mean? He's threatening to kill police. He's threatened to what do you say, tie up the mayor, tie up some children. You hear? Have you heard all of that? I don't want to put you in that, but have you heard it?
That I saw late.
Yeah,
I saw that. I didn't know.
I don't want to put a lot of emphasis on that. But what I'm saying is, do those with him know that that sort of rhetoric can get all of them hemmed up?
That's
and
what
they
I'm
haven't
trying to,
even done anything yet?
and that's what I'm trying to explain to them because that video I didn't see until later. I just recently saw that. So I wasn't following Jay. He wasn't following me. You see that people didn't know that. So I didn't see that. So a lot of things he done was behind my back.
But what
so
I'm saying is, that's not you now. I'm just saying for the brothers and sisters who really are really in the fight for our people.
Yeah.
Do they really understand what they're connected to?
They
and
don't
somebody
understand
say he never said that. I actually have the recording. He did say that. I'm not just saying he said that. I actually have the recording. I don't want to dig it up right now, and I just want to interview my brother, and so we can understand the mind state of those who are behind this incompetent brother right here. Do they understand the gravity of what they claim to be a part of?
He did say that because I questioned him about the other comment that he made about knocking on doors when it went through with Tariq. I'm like, why would you say that? You know what I mean? You know you ain't supposed to be saying nothing like that. That's when I told him get offline. You know what I mean? Pressure burst pipes. You know what I mean? So you seem off a little bit. You know what I mean? Something's wrong. Told him to get offline for 3 days.
See, the whole thing I'm saying, I don't mean to cut you again, Del. The only thing I'm saying is, like, the thing is, man, it's some really sincere, it's some real sincere brothers and sisters that are most likely not aware of some of these sayings that are being said over the internet. Sensationalism. They probably not aware.
Yeah.
But because you claim to be a member of the NFAC, then you are connected to these types of things. Like even the statement is, if I tell them go to door and kill N-words, kill N-words. Like this type of rhetoric there connects you to it.
Yeah.
And you haven't even started the liberation yet. Yeah. That's reckless, irresponsible, and it's just crazy. But this is what I'm saying. Do you feel that people understand what they got themselves involved in? The gravity of it?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling them. They don't understand the magnitude of it. You know what I mean? So I'm telling them folks, I'm in the conference room with them. No matter how you feel, your personal opinion don't care. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm on the phone with him. So I have to play chess with this dude. Nobody else is going to question him. They're going to let him do what he's doing. You know, I have to question that. Where did Russia come from? Where did Africa come from? Why are we communicating with them? Why are we connected with them? Why are you in front of that federal building up there saying we're going to burn this such and such down? You know what I mean? We didn't have no kind of communication before that. We didn't know you were shooting a documentary. You see that? So it's like
so for you to be on a security detail or being lieutenant or general or ranking officer in NFAC, and you're not aware that a documentary is being shot.
Nothing.
Nor are you aware of the comments that could turn you into a black extremist terrorist group.
Nothing. You see what I'm saying? All
They
the
gonna
stuff
get
that he
mad
was.
at me saying this. I'm sorry. My apology, General. They gonna get mad at me saying this, but I got to give it raw. You know what I'm saying? I got to give it raw so that people can understand why we do these interviews.
They
Because
upset.
there's a lot of innocent people out there.
They upset with moi. You know what I mean? They upset with me. They questioning me, but they don't understand that in Kentucky we was a security team. Jay didn't check in on nothing. You know what I mean? He didn't care. The only reason I went was to make sure they made it out. That's what we had the snipers set up. I knew about when the 3%ers was there. I had the security team. So I was the one securing y'all. Even out there, you know what I mean, approaching everybody on the side. The white boys over with the bad, the 3%ers. I spoke to them, not Jay. The show was just being conducted. But sheep herding, that was us. You know, so they're coming there questioning us. Oh, such and such, or y'all need to come together and try to do this. Black folks thinking black unity, black nation. This is beyond black and white. This is good and evil overall. You know what I mean? So that's my whole approach when I was out there. Let me speak to these folks, get into their mindset. Patriotism, okay, then cool. But if they have to go down, then I'll take that fall for it. You see what I'm saying? That was my mindset. So it's like they'll question us and they'll look at us like we the bad guys when I'm telling you, this man didn't have no concern for your safety. Because 3 weeks before that, it was a shooting out there in Louisiana. I mean on Louisville, Kentucky. It was a shooting. And I asked, where's the shooting at? Is that the park we going to? No response. The man blocked me 2 days before we went out there. You see that? So when I went out there, then right before we step out there in formation, you tell me on the phone, don't go out there and do nothing reckless. I don't want to have to turn you over to the police. I'm what? What? Why am I here? You know what I mean? So now I'm questioning, okay. You know what I mean? Like my comrade say he overheard him say something, saying, yeah, people think I don't work with the police until you F up. He said that on the phone to me. He said that. So I'm like, how are they overlooking this, man? You know? Yeah, go ahead.
Let me, some people say that you are bitter and they saying that you got kicked out of NFAC. Is there any truth to that? Of you being kicked out?
This is what I want to explain to that. Grandmaster Jay
Let me ask you, have you heard that yet?
Oh yeah, I don't seen that. I explain that.
Yeah.
Like I tell him once again, Grandmaster Jay, he was doing the DJ, he was doing that when we was doing this. You know what I mean? When it comes to the field conscious community, we've been here. RBG's been here before NFAC. What y'all doing? Y'all didn't know nothing about this conscious community movement. Talking to you that, you know, so far like what I told you before, Grandmaster Jay never had no coalition. He was using our men to emulate. You see what I'm saying? A militia. So when I came forth, we built this militia together. You see, Jay knew this. I said it out my mouth. All you did was create letters. You know what I'm saying? But NFAC was formed with 3 individuals, and that was at Stone Mountain. So you don't run nothing, you ain't create nothing. He knew that. You know what I mean? So when it come down to kicking me out of what? When we started this, you use our men to even emulate a militia. You see what I'm saying? So we allowed you to manipulate the folks and come on and slide on in. You know what I mean? Like all the others that have done. We allowed you to do that. You know what I mean? But we thought that your intentions were behind that would be pure. But now we're starting to see that you're going left, and that's why we got to line you back up. You see what I'm saying? So that's all it is. So when it come down to me being bitter, like I said before, we've been here. RBGs. I've been left. SETI them been here. Guerrilla Republic been here. Totem been here. Bitter about what? What are we gaining from this here? We lost everything everything is tarnished because of NFAC. You know what I mean? That one individual.
Let me catch up with you. So what you're saying is that you, as well as the other gun clubs, militia, was fully established, and
been
then
here.
went under the umbrella of NFAC.
Yeah, that's what he done.
Your reputation is tarnished because of moving your squad and everybody else moving their squad under Grandmaster Jay.
Under Grandmaster Jay, under NFAC, and the people that's out there under NFAC are sincere about it. They really live it. You know what I mean? You got some folks abroad, man, that really live it. They really want to see change, but there's one individual here. When you go online on YouTube, you seeing all these jokes popping up. In fact, you see them saying such and such. You know what I mean? Making all these little jokes and all kind of little cute sayings now. You know what I mean? Because of one individual. So how are we going to get behind that? You know what I mean? To go out there and expect folks to take us serious. Now they're going to really try us. You see what I'm saying? Now they're going to be out there like that little white boy with that little AR running around the other night, getting off on it. You see what I'm saying? The youth getting off on it. You know what I mean? But you'll never see that at our formation. So that's why NFAC was so potent right now in a time like today, because you'll see them running cars through BLM. They're doing all kind of stuff at these peaceful protests. So that's the positive side about NFAC and the energy that we gave, not Grandmaster Jay. You see what I'm saying? Because out there at Amar, it was the Black Panthers out there. It was RBGs out there. The gun club was out there. Jay just snuck in and stole the spotlight. And we came and we helped empower him. You see what I'm saying? We made him that TD Jakes and that Creflo he is today. You see what I'm saying? We threw that battery pack and that Chucky doll back. You feel me? So that's why I'm
glad,
at.
you know what? I'm so glad that this interview is happening. And the reason why is because now it gives real perspective that could have been missed on the last time that we were talking. You know what I mean? The true perspective that people don't get is that true militias were already formed.
Yeah.
And that Grandmaster Jay did not have a militia.
No.
He did not have a militia.
Never.
However, when he gave the call, true militia men and gun clubs answered the call.
Yeah.
Just to find out that this guy ain't bout it, never been bout it, and possibly setting people up for the kill.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And when you say about that, there was another rumor that came out, you know what I'm saying, that he tried to speak on about what happened at Applebee's. What happened at Applebee's, I don't know, because see, like I told folks, he got me blocked. I can't find Jay. I got to go to Jay YouTube and all that. I ain't looking for him. I ain't pressing him. I was trying to call him to fix this, what he broke, and he blocked me. My phone calls and all that. So the folks that's talking about y'all two black men need to do all this shit, black folks, something else. But anyway, going back to Applebee's, you know what I mean? When the agent came, they came for somebody, I don't know who, you know what I mean? But the guy came there, I called him. Once again, I am the sheepdog, NFAC. You see that? That was my job. I was asked to do that by Grandmaster Jay. I done what I was asked to do. You see? So I called the guy. The guy left, pressed him. The guy came back, walked directly to the window where we were sitting at. When Jay ordered the ribs, the vegan Jay, when he ordered the ribs, the guy walked to the window and they caught him. You see? He turned around. I said, Jay, they look like the same dude. Come on, let's go. I was the first one out the door. See Jay come out second. My other comrade. The guy jumps in the car. I'm like, what you doing? Where you going? You know what I mean? I try to get to him. The door was locked. He jumps in the car. He speeds off. Grandmaster Jay runs up with the AR. The guy makes the wrong move. He makes a U-turn. I tell Jay, get off on it. I tell Jay again, get off on it. Jay, get off on it. Grandmaster Jay, my general. I know. I ain't say kill him, you know what I'm saying? But he came for you, bro. You know what I mean? You could have hit the back tire, the back window, let him know you came for business like what we was on. You see? So I saw my general freeze up. I said, no problem. No problem. You know, so that's our job. We'll get him next time. So I go back in. You know, I said, okay, let me fix this. Let me do what I was designed to do, program, right? So I go back in there, I see another guy in there. I say, okay, well, he shifted. This don't make no sense. It's like a setup. I come around, I come around to the guy. I approach the big boy. He'll tell you this out of his own mouth. Hey, how you doing, sir? Do not move. Don't move. Where you from? Such and such, you know her? Yeah, because it seems like y'all in on this. You the waiter, all y'all in on this? You know, I'm from Florida, such and such, we just speaking. I said, I respect that. Jay is in the corner somewhere. You know, but this is going to be the last meal tonight if y'all ever pull that shit again. That was my mindset. I told him out my mouth. You know, me. Time to go. We left. You see? So once we got the ATL Stone Mountain, I didn't know nothing about where we was at. I heard the story on the phone, but I didn't care. I was just there for the mission. You understand that? So the speech Jay gave, anti. Jay was not on that. He was not with accepting Brown's gays at all. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother speech that he took from what we had an argument about on the phone. You see that? So he made an adjustment right then and there, you know. But what I'm saying is that what I didn't say, we never really spoke on. You know what I mean? And I question that. Like, why is he jumping from IG to YouTube? You know, see the folks that sit in here and they voice themselves and they be very passionate about social media, following acts and all that. Good speakers. As long as you can speak to these Negroes today and boost them up, they'll follow suit, right? You ain't got to show them nothing. You ain't got to show them nothing, right?
Facts.
This guy here, you see it? So out there in the field, like I say, when it comes to the field, but they don't understand like they say, bitter. I'm going to show you this is why I'm bitter. Why I'm bitter? Because when it come down to what we signed up for and what buddies say, blood in, blood out, we're a militia. We're here to protect the wolf. Well, protect the sheep. We are the wolf. You know what I'm saying? We the new sheepdog. You know what I'm saying? But we're in wolf clothing now. You see what I'm saying? So we got to become our enemy. We got to have that same energy. We got to emulate our enemy. There's no way to fight this war with that, what they talking about, what they telling me, peace, like this. Wendy's. I was called out there to speak with the GDs. You know, the GD Nation. My comrade, he's a lieutenant on the inside. And I went out there, done what I was supposed to do. Afterwards, we didn't leave. We didn't leave. What was designed to? We stayed behind a little later, building. A situation occurred. That went viral. A shooting at Wendy's, that same Wendy's, right? Involving this little girl getting killed, all kinds of shit. You know, I didn't get word about it until the next day from the little comrade from BLM who we bumped heads with. He told me about it. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Because that night we was out there in that area. You know what I mean? And yeah, that shit went left. Because my comrade, he made a wrong move. You know, he was high smoking and shit, you know what I'm saying? He just getting back out there. Everybody pumped up. You know, we sitting there building. All my comrades in there, my line is with us. And he made the wrong move. You know what I mean? He knew to it. But he went towards that way, where all the commotion was coming from, right? Made another move, and a gunshot went off. Bow. So when the shot went off, you know, just, I don't know how, somehow our tire get hit. The tire, the back right tire goes out. Oh, wow. We out here in GD land now. My mindset, calm down. We okay. We are a militia. We got a regime. We got backup if we need it, right? We're in GD land. I say, okay, calm down, slow down a little bit, pull over here. It's too many over there. I know they holding over there. This is GD land. You got to be wild, be from the field now. You got to use your instincts. It's life or death now. No formation, just you, right? Pull over here. We pull over there. First thing come out my mouth, hey, calm down, load your weapons. Calm down, load your weapons. General, I got to go into general mode. Conrad and my line is myself. There's only three of us. Yeah, we're outnumbered. I see it. Not really. You see? So I said, I want to make a phone call for some backup. So I make the phone call for some backup. I called GMJ, my general, who we out there sacrificing for, who we travel for, who we sacrificing life and limb for. Tell General, hey, General, we have a situation. What is that, sir? Hey, I can't explain it, but we just need backup. We need you out here, you. Or send such and such, send a backup, send a team. Nothing. Sir, I don't care about you being at the hotel laid up doing what you're doing right now, but this is life and death. We are here, sir. Send back up. Such. What? Hang up the phone. I called my guy, the turnaround, who I was just at the store with. Now I see these guys out here starting to line themselves. They get nervous. Let me go mark turf. Change the tire, tell my line is such and such. Anything pull up within 10 feet, pose a threat, you hit it. Now we got to make it out. We'll make it out. So I come around, make sure I mark turf, let them know, hey, this is what's going to happen. If anything else fly out here. You know, we spoke, but he like, oh, that was y'all at Stone Mountain when the trending. So that furthermore let them know, oh, okay, this is them. You know, this is where we was at when all this commotion went on, right? Now, once I called my general to send us back up to come out there, which we would have done at what time it was, life or death, living life. I called him, such and such. Hey, I'm gonna send you these pictures of this tire. What happened? So you know exactly what happened. And in fact, my guy, I'm gonna have him pull the dash cam. So you know exactly what happened. You see, we never got caught up in shit. We were just out there. And they was over, something was going on, we went this way. You see? So Grandmaster Jay had that video, he had the pictures, he had all that when he released that video saying that he didn't know nothing about it. Right? He had that. He knew I called him that night when he left us out there to die. You see? He had all this information when he jumped on social media and went back into, reality show mode. He had that when I told him, I said, hey, I sat there and I watched that. I said, wow, that little girl, I didn't even know that. Wow, I felt some type of way because I was saying to myself, the AR was right next to me. What if I would have jumped out? See?
Let me cut in real quick and let me thank I think it was Miss D Joyner for a contribution to the channel. We definitely appreciate you, and we know that you appreciate us, and we're going to continue pushing this information. Thank you so much for your support. Anybody would like to support our channel and our efforts to build this media platform, make a contribution. Also, I will be putting NFAR Cash App into the comment section when we finish. If anybody wants to support the efforts of building a real militia, as well as building this platform, the only platform that have connected with those who have been on the front line with NFAC. Thanks to Kitty RS for the support. And global media, it's coming now. Global media, that's my guy. He actually the one that really helped me polish my technical skills to do live stream. And I just want y'all to know, family, we're going to keep it going. We're going to continue to wake our people up. And we just appreciate all the support that you give. We are one of the only platforms on the internet. One of the only platforms on the internet that have interfaced with one of the close associates, frontliners of NFAC. Brother Delta, as well as Brother Tornado, ain't nobody has interfaced the way we have. So y'all need to appreciate this. This is real. This is real here. Also, yes, but Delta, I don't mean to cut your wisdom a little bit. So NFAC, he made this statement that when you march, we are here to protect you. He made this statement in DC without air pistol, without air AR, without air gun. They say air where I'm from sometimes. They ain't near anything. I mean, they say nair where they say nair where you from, but we saying the same thing. Now, one of the things that we need to ask, that I need to ask for the people, if the mission of NFAC, now I know you still rebuilding, so I can't hold you to this standard, but if the mission of NFAC is to come to the defense and the protection of the people as they are demonstrating, why haven't they gone to Kenosha? Yeah. They busting shots in Kenosha.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to go to I wanted to address Chicago. You know what I mean? I wanted to address Chicago. I wanted to go to Georgia about those 9 children shot. I wanted to address that. I want to go where it matters. I don't want to go just to be seen. You know what I mean? Like I told Hashim, leader of the Black Panther Party years ago. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to be out there, and I'm not trying to be out there to war either. You know, but I'm here for solutions. If we coming
Pause
out
for
here,
1 second. Let me thank Dark Films for that contribution. Celia Fit for that contribution. I really do appreciate y'all. I'm telling you, family, we are going to build this media so that people can get the truth. And your contribution goes towards that, as well as other efforts to waking our people up and lifting our people up from the muck and mud and falling victim to nonsense like this. So definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much.
exactly.
But go ahead, Delta.
But that, like what you were saying, we need to address the real issues. You know what I mean? We don't need to be emulating heroes and ducking and dodging the big fish, like Wisconsin. That's it. That's the issue that I was looking at down there in Louisiana. Another shooting was an issue. I was supposed to link with the guy, the kid down there in Louisiana, because they say we look alike. I asked Jay. Jay was like, no. I'm like, why? He was like, well, he's taking the money and putting it into auto mechanic shop. He ain't taking it serious. So we doing this for real. I'm like, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many different links that I was trying to bring forth. Like in Georgia, we need to go out there where the big fish at. You know what I mean? Chirac, Chicago. I keep saying that. Very important. You know what I mean? California. You know, so don't be ducking and dodging the real issue, and don't be trying to sit here and feel like we're going to be your hero neither. All them sitting here asking us what, well, since you left Jay such and such, what are you going to do with your militia? No, what are you going to do? That's what you need to be questioning. What are you going to do? Because this is not mere
Let me say
entertainment.
this. Do you know you constantly shout out to Far 1930. Appreciate you, family. See, this is the real love right here, family. You know, I did presentations on everything from the Nation of Islam, from all things, and we still got our brothers from the Nation of Islam to demonstrate, as well as Celia Fit, man. They just showing so much love.
They are, man. The
They
squad,
just showing
man.
so much love, and it's a beautiful thing. But are you familiar that and as you say, Chirac, we call it the Mecca, because that's our Mecca as Moorish American. Are you familiar that when they had an uprising in Chicago, that the Mexicans was attacking innocent so-called black people? Did you ever hear about that one?
Yeah, my line is up there in Chicago.
Okay,
And
so that's one thing that could be addressed from a
yeah,
militia point of view. You know what
most
I'm saying?
definitely.
From a
Yeah,
militia point of view. And
yeah,
other things that could be addressed. Definitely the Kenosha thing. You know, that little European jumps
most
out there
definitely.
and bangs off on protesters. I mean,
That
come on, that's
see
insane. You
that's what
should
I'm
not
telling
been
them.
in DC. There is
That's
no
what I'm
way
telling
that you should have been in
them.
DC. You should have been right there. Now, I'm not a militia. I'm not a general. Don't ask me why I ain't out there strapped, because
hmm
I'm not a general. I'm not
hmm
perpetrating that I am. I'm not. I am a leader in my community of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and I try to awaken and enlighten people to what's going on in our community all around the diaspora. That's
hmm
my role. You
See,
understand?
and what you're saying, like you got black folks in the comment section in their feelings about GMJ, right? Look what they're doing. They are programming their seeds to move on you. Dylan Roof, how old was he? You see, look at this boy here. Look how he moved on them with the AR. Their youth are killing you. Their youth. Meanwhile, our elders sitting up here debating, and they want to sit here and talking about Moors and pharaohs, and they want to question who's God and all that. Their youth is acting on you. Their youth is acting on
A
you. You see,
17-year-old boy,
uh,
he banging off.
I'm looking at that
And
like,
we sitting up here talking about we going to the Kentucky Derby where there is no fans that's going to be in the audience. Now,
calling,
how
calling.
crazy is this?
Also,
Now,
also
on
calling for calling for 1 million guns.
And calling for a million guns for what?
Now, let me touch on that. You calling for, I'm just saying this man calling for 1 million
you got, or the 200 you got.
And still didn't have 1,000 guns and ATL gun went off. Didn't have 1,000 guns in Kentucky and the gun went off. Wasn't present nan time when both guns went off when we covered for this man, making this man. They talking about kicking out of what? Kicking us out of what? When we protecting y'all. You feel what I'm saying? We covering for him and he going online saying reckless stuff. His whole history is just flawed. He sat there behind Trump. And y'all want to see it talking about 3% support y'all. Or why the 3% and white folks support y'all. This dude sat behind this man. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He was security. He was going to take that shot for him. The same way my line is, that if that bullet would have went a little higher, it would have hit her. And she was out there behind him, protecting him, was going to take that shot for him again. You see that? That's the reality that they ducking. And I don't sit here and hold no, I don't play with you. You know what I mean? So when it come down, like the one woman told me about social following, losing this, losing that, hey, you losing your lives, period. I don't care about that. You either gonna follow suit or you're gonna go that way. Like the young boy, you see that? Look how he fell down and he still got off. He was trained. You see that? They trained him to move on you like that.
And guess what? Do you know that it was reported that he has $1 million cash donation right now to fight for his defense? Are you aware of that?
I'm glad you bringing that up because I told folks before that, I said, now this is what's going to come. They are going to get a GoFundMe for this kid. And he's going to have, I promise you, $1 million within 48 hours, like Dollar Roof had, 2 something. You see this? So this is what I'm saying. When they ask us, what are we going to do about this? Nothing. What are you going to do? Because that little girl, like I just spoke on, look at her GoFundMe, such and such. Rise and Power, little Cannon, that little boy that got assassinated by this ignorant Negro. He had no business doing that shit. Children ain't got nothing to get. They ain't got nothing to do with this fucking war y'all got going on. You feel what I'm saying? But look at his GoFundMe, 500 something what within what 1 day. Black folks don't understand that. So they talking about we like to sit here and we like to hit them back. You see, we was room for that fight back. You see, instead of talking, building. You know what I mean? Creating peace. We wasn't raised like that.
Brother, let me tell you something. One thing that bothers me is that unlike a lot of people that are under the spell of Grandmaster Jay, one thing that I see is that this guy is bold. He's extremely bold.
Beyond bold.
I mean, I watch hours and hours of videos, how he go into a situation fraudulently representing something that he's not. And literally, and it amazes me. I'm gonna tell you what amazes me. He literally represents as if he's that thing that he's saying that he's representing. However, with the thing that is so bizarre to me is that from the rap, from the shooting talk, from the gun talk, from the militia talk, anybody that's been in it for just a little while would know that this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But people still act as if he's legitimate. I was watching a video earlier today, somebody sent me, about him talking to some aspiring rappers. And man, he was talking so reckless, like, I mean, it was in 2013 or 14, but the way that he was talking like goofy talk, like you don't want to get this money and you gotta rap like this. You ain't got to rap like that and rap like he's trying to motivate aspiring raps. I'm like, what the world is this? Is this Star Search or something? And these people, they are sitting there just eating it up. I spent my own money for this place, my own money, because I got money. I'm like, what in the world? Man, if you came into a Baltimore club like that, man, they might drag you out on your head talking that, because they're going to be able to see through your act. Like, who are these people that allow this guy to run around perpetrating a fraud and do not question it? You are that thirsty as a people?
See it? And that's all I'm telling them. What they're saying, Delta, are you upset? Are you bitter? I was very disappointed. I was heartbroken because I thought about my comrade Ozone. I thought about KFO. I thought about Tornado, Leave It, his brother. You know what I mean? I just thought about all my front runners. You know what I'm saying? Kenyon, all my guys. You know what I'm saying? That's out there on the front lines. And when he told me I did not want to get in a shootout or wish to get hit with the terrorist tag, that's when my flame died. Because now I started questioning, okay, he is not who, because we believe that. We willing to do that. You know what I mean? We will. You know what I mean? If you come out that bullshit, we'll kill you. For real. That's it. He programmed them to move like that. But they don't know. He's saying he ain't trying to do none of that. And if you fuck up anything, he will testify and he will turn you over. So when he said that first about the shootout and the T tag, shit, they tried to hit me with the T tag, hit me on Facebook years ago, pulled me off. Not RBGs told me I was too radical. They told me this. So what Jay said, Rabbit had been seen that at. So, but I been knew that Jay wasn't on that. But when he said turning me over, this didn't make no sense to me. You know what I mean? Because you're saying shoot to kill. One shot, one kill. We will shoot you. We will kill you. The mirror situation. I didn't see that. Then the mirror one, I saw that later. So I'm like, oh shit, he's setting them up. He's setting them up. That's why he ain't following me. That's why he connected us with Africa. He collected intel. You got all this shit in one big pot. Now it's like, okay, now you're going up here to DC. You're going places where you know it ain't hostile territory. And now look, you limited. You know what I mean? Because I told him, I said, what about Seattle? Seattle, are you ready to prepare for those military police? Are y'all trained for that? So they talking reckless, but you're nowhere near prepared. You don't have the basis, you don't have the numbers, you don't understand that you're at war. You know what I mean? You don't understand you're being targeted, you don't understand your real enemy. All you understand is social media. That's all you understand. You're being herded when he say go or they say go. You know what I mean? So that's all we know today. I ain't talking about just black folks neither. White folks too. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm willing to just listen, to be open-minded to whatever. I don't know nothing about the 3%ers, like I tell them, but they overstand patriotism. I get patriotism. Like I tell them, leave the N-word out that shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck you got going on, that's cool. But the N-word and our ancestors and all that evil, demonic shit that y'all doing, that ain't gonna fly here. And underground, that's a whole different ball game when it come down to those like QAnon. You see? So when we talking about things like that, so it's like, how can you say we this type of nation, organization, whatever you want to call us, when we're just talking about good versus evil? So if QAnon, whatever the case may be, Trump supporters, what they're talking about with this Pizzagate shit, you know what I'm saying, with this deep and dark web shit, this underground shit that's going on, illumination, that is real. You know what I mean? So no matter if they Trump supporters or not, you understand what I'm saying to you? I don't give a damn what shade. All these black men today, black men and women. Malcolm say, I'm for whoever tell the truth. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Put your hands on me. We'll send you ass to the cemetery. You know what I mean? By any means. That's what we stand on. You know what I'm saying? So we always want to sit here and throw up cover pics and all that and emulate the gods and we're aunts. And we'll sit here and we'll sell this here. You know what I mean? And we'll sit here and we'll gross off their ancestors and sit here and make these cute little names on social media. Y'all and all this here, women on my profile, saying reckless shit. Not overstanding, we got the Core and Gang Foundation. Lioness alumni lining up for our women. You know what I mean? Giving our women a voice back. Women's right. You know, I got a daughter, 12-year-old daughter. I ain't got time to be playing with these social media folks. So we're going to do this for real. And let's get prepared now. The men and the women got to step back up. We need Bonnie and Clyde today. That's what we need, that rebel mindset. We don't need no Dawson. I don't care what nation you are. Spirituality, religion, like I told them, fix the problem. If you feel like your Jesus is the way of the world, show me by living out that light as above, as below. Go out there and build something like what Will Smith's son is doing with that I love you truck, if he's gay or not. You see what I'm saying? Apply yourself. That's all we here for, one nation. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to war and defense, we already know what that consists of. That's all your enemy know. That's why he got what? You said $1 million by now, huh? He put that work in. How? How is that possible? Who donated that? You see? The average motherfucker that's next door to you, your waitress, you know what I mean? Your son teacher. You see that? The average cop that's pulling you over. It's your enemy. You know what I mean? So that's the mindset, man. Good versus evil. You
Look at
know?
this. Let me ask you a question. I want to ask people in the audience too. Let me put on my phone so I can see if anybody can answer. I want to see how aware people are as it relates to the conditions that's being set up right before our face, right? And how give me one second, set my phone.
They need to know, man. They need to know. They
All
need
right,
to
so
understand.
I'm about to screen share something, and I want to see
Remember.
how many people know. Let me see if somebody write it in the chat. Do anybody know who that is right there? Anybody familiar with this guy in the chat? Anybody familiar with this guy right here? Anybody in the chat? I'm gonna wait for the chat to catch up. Do anybody in the chat know who this guy is? Do anybody know who this brother is? See, I say black guns matter. Anybody know? Thank you, Celia Fit. Anybody know this guy? Let me tell you who this guy is. This guy was not even known on social media. This guy didn't even threaten anybody on social media. This guy didn't have half of the attention, not even a quarter or a millimeter of the attention that Grandmaster Jay has harnessed with all the crazy stuff he was talking. However, just like global media said, he was labeled a black extremist. That's what he was labeled. He was labeled a black extremist. Now, let me share with you the story real quick. His name is Rakim Bolligan. I mean, there we go, Works LLC. But listen to the story. And I want to show you how this guy, Rakim, is real and Grandmaster Jay is a fraud. It says Rakim Bolligan and his son were asleep in their apartment early one December morning about 2 years ago when they woke up to the sound of a crash. Bolligan, a North Texas activist, got out of bed and walked into his living room. From where he was standing, he couldn't see the front door, but he could tell it was open. And he heard people talking outside. Suddenly, a male voice started yelling from the doorway. Whoever the voice was was coming from, Bolligan says he couldn't see them and they couldn't see him. He says, I pretty much let them know that I wouldn't be resisting and that there was a minor within the house, says Bolligan 35. I asked them to be patient and let us surrender in a peaceful manner. Listen to this. They did just that. An officer directed Bolligan to walk out of his apartment with his hands up. Once he was out of the apartment, an officer told him, turn around and walk backwards towards the officer. They put Bolligan and his son in handcuffs and in the back of separate cars. Confiscated from his home were a .38 caliber handgun, a rifle, and a copy of his 1962 book, Negroes with a Gun, by civil rights leader Robert F. Williams. Now watch this, family. According to court documents, the handgun which was loaded and the Norenko AK-style assault rifle were both found in unsecured locations, quote unquote, within a feet of Bolligan's bed. Agents also found and seized body armor and fully loaded magazines and dozen of 7.62 mm rounds. Bolligan was being charged in one count indictment with possession of firearms by a prohibited person, citing 2007 domestic assault charge in Tennessee. Immediately, he was taken into the federal building downtown Dallas for a bond hearing. He says he but he never got one. He also wasn't able to make phone calls. The government quickly moved for pre-trial detention, saying Boligan was a flight risk and a danger to any other people in the community. 2 days later, a magistrate judge held a detention hearing and received testimony from FBI Special Agent Aaron Cayley. The government cited Boligan's social media activity. Here's the trick. The social media activity. Now, I don't even know who this guy is. I researched this guy. People send me information all the time, but his social media activity is nowhere near like this madman going around talking crazy. The magistrate judge agreed that the government's assessment of Boligan and allowed him to be detained without bail. For about 5 months, Boligan argued in court that the actions cited in the government case against him were protected by the First Amendment. In May 2018, all charges were dropped against Boligan and he was released. Today, the ACLU and media justice are trying to find out if Boligan was first to be monitored under a government program that aims to identify Black identity extremists. Reports suggest that the language used in the prosecution in Boligan case resembles language used in a 2017 FBI assessment called Black identity extremists, likely motivated to target law enforcement officers. Stop right there. Did anybody pay attention to what this brother's saying? Now people gonna be mad right now because they're gonna say, why would you say that? What if he, like, what fool will go online talking this reckless stuff in aggression towards, as they would call, law enforcement officers? What leader, what general would run their people into a trap like this? This brother didn't threaten police. This brother didn't threaten governors. This brother didn't threaten children. This brother didn't threaten so-called Black people. Huh? This doesn't make sense. If y'all say, man, I'm throwing the brother under the bus, no leader moves like this. This guy here, Boligan, was genuinely no different than Delta, want to provide security as well as some sort of militia, military structure to protect the innocent. Not to harass, not to be a provocateur. It says, in this document, the term Black identity extremist is vaguely described. Basically, a Black identity extremist is someone who's likely influenced by a mixture of Black nationalist, sovereign citizen ideology, and this is one of the reasons that I used to fight on the Moorish Science Temple of America usurping, because they fall right into this. And I don't want children to fall into this or people that seeking Moorish concepts to fall into this madness. Anyway, such a person might commit premeditated, retaliatory, lethal violence against law enforcement, motivated by perception of police brutality against African Americans. Now, what do that sound like? I'm going to say it again. In this document, the term Black identity extremist is vaguely described. Basically, a Black identity extremist is someone who is likely influenced by, you hear this? Is likely influenced by a mixture of Black nationalistic, sovereign citizen ideology, anti-authoritarianism, and biology. That's how they got it, B-I-E, biology. Such a person might commit premeditated, retaliatory, lethal violence against law enforcement, motivated by perceptions of police brutality against African Americans, according to the assessment. I'll stop right there. But the point that I'm making is that when you look at the state of affairs, that this guy is driving the innocent, those who are of genuine militias, those who are genuine gun clubs. This is you.
Yeah.
So my presentation is, you are a legitimate family man. You are a legitimate freedom fighter. You are a legitimate gun holder. You are a legitimate gun owner. Don't compromise that with this nasty fraud that is going to lead you in the wrong direction. Eventually, he's going to disappear.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be stuck with the bag of snakes in your hand to be bit up. So, brother, do you understand the gravity of why I chose to do so many videos on this? It's for the sake and the safety of those who are serious and real freedom fighters.
You know what? And that's why I appreciate you so much, because you're the only one that had the heart. You and Jamal. You know what I mean? Y'all both reached out, you know what I mean, and responded. Because when this whole situation went down, when he did an interview with y'all and y'all picked him apart and I was trying to fix him, he tried to denounce me. You know what I'm saying? We was up 2 days straight. 2 days straight, no sleep on live. 2 days. I've been up almost 3 days. Like now, I don't even get sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just keep going. You know what I mean? Take it as it comes. You know what I mean? But this is for the movement. I know how serious it is. I know the levels of what y'all put into it. You know what I mean? For all the folks out there hollering NFAC. You know what I mean? All the folks out there hollering NFAR. All the folks hollering RBGs, BLM. You know what I mean? This is beyond that. All the mothers out there that have real funerals. Real funerals. You know what I'm saying? To sit there and have to carry that baby for 9 months. You know what I'm saying? First step, school and all that, getting prepared for college. Wow. And they sit here and talk about, like, that's why I was going off when Buddy said that yesterday about, oh, he's in heaven and all that. I don't care nothing about that. You know what I mean? What the mother, that's her son. You know what I mean? It's not okay to just sit here and give us $1 million or $5 million for a body. No, that's not okay. We're not going to continue to accept that. We're not going to continue to use racism as an excuse on both ends, black and white. You see what I'm saying? Black, brown, and white. Make it so bad brown.
Let me thank everybody for their support. You know, I got worked up. Britt Renee, she said, thanks, babe, for what you're doing. Grandmaster Jay is on YouTube now, reaching for a wider audience. And that's the objective. The objective is now that we in the United States are on to them for the most part. You know what I mean? For the most part, we are on to him. And everybody else is going to catch up. He's going to have to get out of the game of manipulation real soon. But he's going to create a new audience now across the water in order to further his ego as well as his international connection of espionage. Because if he's talking to Trump, which he was Trump security, make no mistake about that. What he's doing with NFAC is in the cards for Trump. Do I know exactly why? No, I don't. But it's in the cards.
Yep.
You don't come from speaking into a microphone, you know what I'm saying, into your watch with an earpiece in your ear that I'll be showing on a future show while you are sitting behind Trump to starting NFAC if that's not connected. It's connected. But now, remember, the United States, they have a world platform, and they have a world agenda. So if this doesn't work in the United States, they'll take it to the UK. If this doesn't work in the UK, they'll take it to countries in Africa that are developed and ready to receive frustration against powers that be. And they're going to take it wherever it can take it until they can't do it no more. So, you know, we here are waking up. We here are questioning. Now, brother, when you was in the circle of NFAC, what is the ultimate goal from your perspective? Whether I don't need any intel, but what was the ultimate goal? Because all he's saying is to protect quote unquote black people. But in the same breath, all he doing is cussing out and threatening police as well as so-called black people.
Yeah. So what I was told when I asked him, that's why I asked him about is he going to run for president. Then I made a suggestion. You want to go do reality show, reality TV? Do that, because I'm seeing. I already knew that who they looking at. That's not Grandmaster. Your master. That's a different. It's a show. You know what I mean? So he never had an end game. He was just saying go back to Africa. He never had an end game. Never explained nothing. You know, so I was trying to figure it out. So I'm like, well, let me go ahead and build up the nation then. Because when you do jump ship, because you telling me you're only going to be here for a year. He said that. He said, I can go. He brought up, well, he made the comment where if people want to start their own thing, people start following them, I can go to Africa or over there in Europe and start my own regime. He said that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? Starting what? We are a different regime. We never had a militia, man. You never had a regime, no coalition, no nothing. You know what I mean? So you created this lie and you started believing it because of the people got behind you and empowered you. We gave you too much power. He didn't expect ATL to come like that overnight. You know what I mean? So what I'm telling folks is that man, I know him. That's why he's jumping ship from IG to YouTube, because we know this is not who he is. It's an illusion.
But let me
Like I
ask you a
said
question.
before.
I hear
hmm
you keep mentioning the IG and the YouTube. What was the compromise with IG?
Well, he was saying that IG didn't want to give him the blue dot, but like I was saying, that's not true because those followers are not real. You paying for those followers, so you
Oh,
don't have.
he was
Yeah,
trying to. He was trying to confirm his account. Man, this guy's. That's what artists and famous people do with the blue dot. I
yeah.
watch because I pay attention. Because I pay attention. I watch. This is my guy, man. Shout out to him, man. This is my guy. I think he's from Tennessee. What's my guy name, man? They had challenged him with the blue dot. This off topic.
Mm.
The Cook Up Boss.
Cook up
Cook Up
boss,
Boss.
yeah. Cook up
Y'all
boss
gotta go check out
with
Cook Up Boss,
hey,
man. He's the
cook up. Hey, I'm gonna plug that real. Cook up boss with Young Buck. Young Buck jumped in my
yeah,
DM
yeah,
too
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Cook
Yeah,
Up
we'll talk
Boss,
about that
my
later.
man. But
Yeah,
anyway, people was challenging Cook Up that he could not get the authentic blue dot. And Cook Up went and got that demonstration. I think Shaq challenged him. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
yeah,
this is a thing that celebrities do, is my point. This is a thing that people in the celebrity world do, so can't nobody try to manipulate other people and front like it's them. And so they
yeah,
get the authentication thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like nobody is going to fake like they Grandmaster Jay. I don't want to see that happen.
Nah, man, you know what I mean? And it's like Jay. See, we know social media. So when he was pulling that, I'm saying, I'm looking at it. I'm like, these are fake profiles. You know what I mean? Why is he buying them? You know what I mean? So that's what I was questioning. Okay, so when he jumped from IG to YouTube, it's because he knew what he had done told me out his mouth. Jay said to me over the phone, Delta, you're fearless. You don't fear nothing. You're going to hell with me. That's why I run with you. So before when he blocked me, I sent him a text. You're a toy soldier. I've been going off on Jay. So Jay don't have no fear from he can call me. He won't call me. So he jumping from IG to YouTube because he know we here. He know what he got himself involved in. You know what I mean? So if he can go over here, I go on his live when he on YouTube. He's there. They see me. So I'm saying to myself, how these people don't see me saying, hey Jay, y'all ain't asking him? Y'all ain't questioning him? You know what I mean? Like saying, hey, why are you dodging this dude? He's right here. You
Hey,
haven't
brother,
said nothing. You
has
know?
anybody
Mm-hmm.
has anybody considered that this brother is getting paid all the way around the circle with endorsements by wearing like even Reebok in the video? I don't wear nothing but Moorish. I mean, I ain't endorsing nothing but Moorish, but I see him drinking the water that he drink, and he always makes sure the label is showing. It's like product placement.
Watch
Anybody
that.
ever notice that?
Watch
Every
that.
time before he start, you know what
Yeah.
I'm
Watch
saying?
that. Watch that. Yeah. Watch that. I know I caught on to that. He had this vest on. The one dude made a comment. Like I told him, it was GMJ Entertainment. You know what I mean? What he was under. That's what I was looking at when he first started out with this DJ bull. You know what I'm saying? Trying to emulate a DJ, you know what I mean? Going to Black Lives Matter and all that. It seemed like you want to be a star. You want to be more than what you are. This is a dream of yours. Or someone sent you. Now, he didn't come from out of nowhere. Where did he come from? We saying Obama, where did Obama come from? Okay, you don't know saying his mother from over here, can you? Whatever the case may be, right? We know where he came from. Right there, sitting there with his legs crossed, laughing, giggling. Look at him. That's who he is. You know what I mean? So it's like know your enemy, then know illumination. You know the 33s when it comes to Masonic temples and all that. Masonic rites, know that. You know what I mean?
Brother,
Black Masons. Yeah.
I noticed that that Grandmaster Jay, he's always be in the early coming out as some revolutionary leader. He always seemed to put himself in the position as the Black Panther character, if you will.
Exactly.
Or now, you can see him start talking about the Matrix character. What does that have to do with NFAC as well as NFAR? I did notice that you had the stuffed cat, Black Panther. Like,
Black
what is
Panther.
the connection between all of this stuff since you was with the NFAC?
With Jay, when I first saw Jay, that's what was alarming to me. I saw him posting pictures of himself, and he got raw and all. He got the Heru eye and all that. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, okay, he want to be. That's why I never posted him on my wall. You know what I'm saying? I saw that, and I didn't accept it. But 'cause I saw that you emulating God, and you keep saying that. But with the Panther situation with myself, how that came about is with Breonna Taylor. So every time when I have that Panther and I show it, that's what I'm doing to him. I'm showing. That's why I keep this button on me, Breonna Taylor. You see, because I know he didn't go out there for Breonna Taylor. And I bought that Panther for her mother. You see, this one here, this one. You see?
Right.
So this was for her mother. We was all supposed to autograph it, with the button and all. So when I found out that his intentions was something else and her mother was on her way, because that's why I stopped at the store to buy it. It was really a gift. And when I found out that she was on her way there, and Jay was like, "Okay, let's go," that pissed me off. That's what made me spaz out. That's what made me come out and say something. It wasn't nothing else. It wasn't no. I would have sat there when I started the interview with y'all. I said, I got to fix this because now it done went left when the conscious community get on it. You know what I mean? He's been exposed for real now. You know what I mean? So it meant something to me. That's like the pictures that I got up there in ATL with the little girl Zachariah. I couldn't post that picture for 2 weeks behind that situation. They didn't understand what was going on, but Grandmaster knew. You know what I mean? So it's like when we in the field, I soak it up like a sponge. I live it. You know what I mean? I can't be bought. You know what I mean? I can't be rattled. Ain't no fear in me. You feel me? Nothing. So it's like when I come out here and I speak that, when I'm saying one nation, or I'm saying I'm sacrificing, or I'm saying sheep herding, or I'm saying we gotta really apply ourselves as above, as below. I mean that. You know what I mean? So when Grandmaster Jay said that and we went out there and we lived in that light, that's the only thing we feel let down. That's all it is, man.
I got you, brother. And I said that in my last show, that I understand that if you came out there for genuine purposes and was inspired, that we're finally going to come together, and you find out this guy was a fraud. If it was me, I would be disappointed also. I would be sorely disappointed. Let me ask you, I got a picture up right now of Grandmaster Jay, right? When you look at this picture of Grandmaster Jay, and you look at the eyes of Grandmaster Jay that he always trying to cover, and you look at the eyes being the windows to the soul, brother, what does this say to you? And to me, I'll tell you what I see. When I see this, I see a blank stare. I see a lost soul. I see one with no direction, that one can manipulate and direct them where they want him to go. Yeah. And I believe that he has been misdirected and to be taken in a direction to lead people where he's leading them by somebody other than himself. But with that being said, when you spoke to Grandmaster Jay face to face, could you feel his energy? Could you look through the windows of the soul, and could you see who he truly was?
Mhm.
And if you did you deny it and look past it? And now can you look back and see it, or did you see a genuine person?
Oh, I saw it. Within Jay, like this picture here, he'll do anything. Like you see it in his eyes. You know what I mean? He's deception. He has the gift of gab. You know what I mean? He's a good speaker. You know what I mean? Like Al Sharpton and all the preachers that came before us. But when I first got on the phone with him, I already knew he wasn't what he portraying. I knew it. You know what I mean? When I first met him, he wasn't really comfortable around me because he knew my energy was different from his. So he was really docile. He said something to me in Applebee's about the big boy. It was like, hey, you want to rob him? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Robbing? What you mean by that? Nigga, I don't rob like that. Was you wrong? What do you mean? But you see, you trying to be too cool. You lame as hell when you saying something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you coming to me and telling me Drew's an agent or this dude's an agent, that'll get them hit for real in real life while you live in this movie. So I been knew that he was never that. Even at Applebee's when he froze up, I saw it. You know what I mean? I knew he wasn't that. So I knew he was emulating. He was trying to learn as he go. And he was a lot of that he got from myself. A lot of it. You know what I
Right,
mean? A lot of it. That's why I'm his biggest threat. You feel what I'm saying? Me, not nobody else. You feel what I'm saying? He really envied Delta. You see what I'm saying? Because he really wanna live it. He wanna be that. And he see that I am that. And he didn't know I knew this because he like to paint this picture from gang or wild or reckless. No, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta be both like Malcolm, Malcolm Little, Malcolm X. You know what I mean? You gotta have both creeds like Khaled was both. You see what I'm saying? Nothing was soft about our ancestors. Even Martin, he woke up in the end. You see that? So it's like I've been saw through this dude from day one. But when I saw the mission start to grow, and I started to see that this became more of a cult or a boys and girls club. When he told me, after you see me sacrifice myself for you in ATL, you'll come back and ask me, am I trying to do my own thing? What you mean? Boy, I almost took a bullet for you, boy. You feel that's my mindset. Like, why would you even say something lame like that? So that being showed me right then and there, he was not about it. It was like television to him. And for you to just sit here and try to block folks and push folks aside when you playing with field dudes, we got dudes on the inside building nations behind GD, trying to enlighten these new dudes coming in under NFAC. You see that? Pyru's out there in the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Black Stones sending men in here under NFAC. You see that? You know what I mean? So it's like we got the field out here really involved while this man here is living out what? You see? Or what is he doing? Putting us all in one pot, collecting intel. That's all I can say, collecting intel. There's nothing else around that. Because I know Grandmaster Jay. Whatever y'all say, even if you out there in formation behind him, trying to protect him, we in the room, bro. We align the formation. I'm the security that protected all y'all. I'm the one that put you in front of them. So how you gonna question me? You see that? That's all I'm saying to myself. Like, what's wrong with grown? We used to be a race of common sense. The Caucasians got more common sense than we got today. That's reality of it. You feel what I'm saying? We want to sit here and try to be color this, color that, nations and all that. No, common sense is what we accept today. Why we in the boat we in today? Black folks, starting with black men, like Grandmaster Jay. You see that? If that was Malcolm with that power, we wouldn't be in this position. You see that? So the wrong leadership, you know what I mean? Egos, arrogance. You see what I'm saying? Bought being paid off. Jesse Jackson, Billy Cow, how much they paid them. I bring that up again. All these black folks sitting here that jump on it. And I saw one of them like he was about like 70 years old. I'm like, you came up in the time of the Jim Crow and the black laws. You saw what Jesse did to Dr. King. What are you questioning? You should be proud that we got the heart to stand up, you know what I mean, speak truth today. But black folks do not care about black lives. Black folks are not trying to move forward. Black folks ain't building no village. You hear me? Black folks ain't never gonna get no liberation Black folks ain't never gonna get no justice because they don't deserve none. You see that? They don't deserve none. They never showed it. Never showed it. Your enemy showing you that they still praising that Confederate flag, whatever the case may be. Even when they hit, they get behind them. They donate. Even when they did, they get behind their folks. Corn Gaines' son ain't got nothing. You see that? Zachariah ain't got nothing. So what these grown folks gonna come in here and tell us when you got those little dudes in red that they'll sit in Dr. Clark group and point fingers at gang members out there was fighting y'all wars. And what they got? Nothing. Who got it? Creflo Dollars got it. Grandmaster J got it. But the field out here dying, hanging from trees like Fuller, you know what I mean, getting hunted. They want to sit here and holler BLM and ask Grandmaster J what y'all gonna do about it. That's who we are today. You see it?
And I agree 1,000%. I agree 1,000%. And you know, I know in opposition to a little bit of what you say, we do have some people that's under the radar that's building something and they just not on social media doing it.
Right.
But I do understand what you're saying. You know, this social media stuff has gone haywire. I think you said something last time we was talking. I think you said the hashtag something or or something.
The hashtag illusion.
Yeah. And so you know, my thing is this. Where do you go from here? What are you doing now? Because the most people want to know what are you doing now, but I'm not saying it from an antagonistic point of view. Are you reorganizing and recalibrating those genuine, heartfelt freedom fighters of militias and gun clubs?
Yeah, my what I'm doing now, I'm watching every nation. What I'm doing right now, I'm trying to see if this even worth it. You know what I mean? Are these Negroes even worth saving? Like what Garvey say? Some useless here, useless there. So what we got to do, we got to get the useless ones out the way first. You know what I'm saying? So we got to separate wolves from sheep. You know what I mean? Those folks that's willingly turning that head to the truth that these facts over their feelings. You see that? So that's what I'm saying right now. We gotta separate wolves from sheep. What do I mean by that? This. All these NFL players and these NBA players coming out here crying with BLM, putting all this on the back of their jerseys. How many foundations they got? You say your boy got what? The little white boy that just got off got $1 million? Got $1 million out there working their AR.
That's
okay.
what's reported.
You see that? Got me. Okay. And then we know Darling had got two. Now, all these NBA players behind me and these NFL players, you know what I mean? 70% dominated by Negroes over here, and all these black dribblers that grew up on Rutgers Park, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Grew up, you know what I mean, in the field. They'll tell you they came from out of that. You know what I mean? So how do our children make it? Sports. You see that? Sports. Scholarships. They came from that. So what they doing sitting out here crying when they got a Bentley? You see what I'm saying? They got this on. You know what I'm saying? They'll show you Jacob and all that, doing all these Nike commercials. You see that? Ain't got one foundation that got $1 million for it. All these folks that they sitting up here crying crocodile tears about. But Kaepernick don't put together 1 million. And he is in NFL. He ain't got it like that. But he did. He formed some solutions. A 6-0 crib. You know what I mean? Put together a foundation before all these NBA players and these football players want to take a knee and still get out there and take that check and take it home and do what? I don't want to hear that. So it's like, even when it's like Snoop, when did you coming out here donating nothing to no football team, fixing up no swings and none of that? So what we're going to do is start holding these celebrities accountable, like All Lives Matter Florida with 4 million. We're going to start holding y'all accountable and stop supporting that. You know what I mean? So what we have to do, we got to start cleansing the house with our own. I'm talking about from the top on down. You know what I mean? All these Obama lovers, all these Creflo lovers, and all these new GMJ lovers. You see that all these followers.
And to your point, brother, I think what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to take this talk off of social media.
Most
There's
definitely.
nothing wrong with social media, and we can use social media for what it is. But it's going to come a time we have to take this talk off social media, because
Most
social
definitely.
media is not a place to address our internal problems. And this problem that we see of influencing our people into a burning house is not an internal problem. This is a problem that we all must recognize that exists. That there is a fox in the hen house. There's a fox in the hen house. There's someone in our community who was planted there, put there to lead us and our children down the wrong road. Because let me tell you something. If what he says is true, if what Grandmaster Jay says is true, there is no way on God's green earth would he look at that video where that European, little young European, don't even know what life is about yet. Because he's a victim too. Let's don't get it twisted. The European is a victim too. He's been manipulated too.
Yeah, that's what
Because what he did is no solution for him, nor is it any solution for those he's rocking with. So he's been manipulated too.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is that the moment that happens, if you really about that, you're supposed to be on the ground with your people addressing it. Now, in the way that you really address something of that magnitude, you make sure that you have not only that you address it from the perspective of somebody getting shot and somebody getting killed, but you also should have people that's out there that's qualified to talk to people to help them to get through the trauma of this oppression.
That's it.
You don't have that. You just showing up with guns with a big mouth.
Exactly.
When you got a wife or a girlfriend just seen her husband, her boyfriend to get shot right in front of her children, but the only thing you can talk about is guns. Yeah, I get that part. But that's not the whole solution. And for him to show up the way that he did on the scene, with only bearing arms, that's a red flag. Because it's more than just bearing arms. That may be a part of addressing the problem, but that's not the whole thing in addressing the problem, especially our problem. Man, it's sad. It's that sad state of affairs.
And to piggyback on what you was talking about, we got to fix, and that's what I say, Neely Fuller Jr. They say, who do you follow? I don't follow mortal men, I follow the immortals. Neely Fuller Jr., Dick Gregory, Ash Wakway. You know what I mean? Those like that, like minds. When it comes down to fixing problems, Black folks, we got to fix our community. White folks got to fix their community. Browns got to fix theirs. Like you said about those Latinos up there in Chicago doing all that reckless shit. You see what I'm saying? They got to fix theirs. The gays got to fix that community. Keep those children out that parade. Keep those folks out of that bathroom. You know what I mean? Because we can't go in there. You know, so we got to utilize our allies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's like the U.S. Army. It's war, all nationalities. So this is good versus evil. That's what we got to get back to, that mindset. So anytime I see any opposition on my timeline hollering about what are you going to do about this Black war or Black folks need to do this, no, y'all need to fix this because y'all been broken. You see what I'm saying? And y'all not willing to fix it because you're not showing unity. You're not showing that village. You don't even care about that little boy next door no more. You know what I mean? So it's like half of you in fear of him, but you think he got a 30 pop in his book bag. That's what we came, you know what I mean? So that's the mindset today of overstanding the youth. You know what I mean? Like I told the comrade in Kentucky, all on a big homie LA, Paru, what's your end game? New African Political Party, Tupac, you know what I mean? Having the community, you gang members holding yourselves accountable, got to defend yourself, defend your community. You know what I mean? If you're going to be out here selling dope, give a percentage back, start cleaning up. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as poverty, filth. That's a mindset. You know what I mean? So get out here and show them how to apply themselves. You know what I mean? Even come down with the Me Too movement, give our women, empower our women back. You know what I mean? We got to empower them, protect them. Y'all running on them. Y'all ran on fucking Corin Gaines. Y'all ran on Sandra Bland, spoke against them. So that's when Me Too and all that came forward. So we ain't gonna sit here and keep acting like we don't understand why our women like that. They climbing poles. Y'all ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Men ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? But bury they women. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, let's hold all accountable. You know what I mean? Even when it come down to not being in fear of just communicating. You know what I mean? Somebody got to be that bridge. Like they're saying 3%ers. Oh, why you deal with them? If you don't communicate, you would never know. You know what I mean? So they telling us, oh, we got Black folks in here, such and such. Okay, cool, no problem. If that's patriotism, so be it. QAnon, we got the same theory, the same mindset. But they behind Trump. But that deep state, that Pizzagate shit is real. Start thinking outside the box you was programmed to believe in. That illumination shit. Start thinking outside of that. All these conscious folks, conscious community, black supremacy, you ain't no better than white supremacy. You know what I mean? All of you in the same boat, Titanic with me. So when they come to talk about, hey, what are you going to do? No, what you going to do? What you going to do? Are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you really prepared to set a new order? Because we got it right here. But my mindset is like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to be assassinated? Is it worth it, Delta, to be assassinated? Yes, it is. I accept that. The same way I accepted it in ATL, in Kentucky. And I know Grandmaster Jay, he ain't going to sacrifice like that. I know that. He know it. That's why he say, stay here, don't go there. This is war between the sheep, you know. So if you chose, if you chose to play that fence, that's on you. But right now, over here, NFAR is not my regime, it's just my mindset of a new order, but we come together to build this up. Moorish temples here, we got Kemetic here, we got them all under one roof. Christianity, gangs, you know what I mean? We got them all here, whatever belief theory. But we don't do motherfucking racism, we don't do evil. Point blank period. That's all it is, man. That's my vision.
Hey, Brother Delta.
Yeah.
Many people say I got like 2 hits the other day that says that if they are NFAC and you are NFAR, are you that's the still connection thing? Do you think that there'll be some confusion as the two?
Only reason I left it NFAR, but it's still something totally different. You know what I mean? I'll explain it later. NFAR is a regime. We from a different regime. You know what I mean? Own government, own way of creed. You know what I mean? So that's what basically what it is.
I think what people, I think the question was basically is like, if it's not effing around, what did it say? Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is?
Coalition.
Not effing around coalition, and then not effing around regime. It just seemed relatable. And so, do you have any plans to detach yourself from that, or you just going to remain with that?
I wanted to keep it relatable. For what it represents. Like I tell the folks, NFAC, you are NFAC, not Grandmaster J. When you're going out there, you are NFAC. That's when we first gave life to it. So everyone in that formation, we are the unit. You know what I mean? We are that coalition, not just one individual. So I wanted to keep it connected to that. But I just wanted to show a new way of governing. That's basically what it is. This is what we are. We're showing you the right way of doing it. This is how it should have been done. You know what I mean? And that's what everybody else is showing them. So I got folks telling me, hey, why are those folks that was trolling y'all, those white folks, now supporting you? Is that a bad thing? Is that a fucking bad thing? You know what I mean? When I'm asking them. So I wanted to keep it connected because of the imprint that what GMJ has done. He's tarnished it. And like what you're saying, he's connected that C to that tag. You know what I mean? So my thing is like, you got to remove yourself from that. Because like what you were showing them, comrade, that's real. Better believe it. Because once he dropped the bomb on you, better believe it's coming. You know?
So, brother, we got a brother that just joined us, brother, and I wanted that, and I wanted to get him on the show sometime last week because when I first started covering this story, Grandmaster Jay was talking about being talking like a Hebrew Israelite. And so I know a lot of Hebrew Israelites. Don't get it twisted. I can pick up the phone and call a lot of popular YouTube on the ground, getting it in Hebrew Israelites. In fact, I can go down the street downtown Baltimore and get some Hebrew Israelites to talk. But I've watched a few of this brother videos, and I've seen him in the chat quite a few times. I actually even talked to him personally, and I just wanted to get a fresher viewpoint. Sure, I could have called the captain, Tazariak. That's my guy. That's my man. Many people have a lot of problems with different groups and different camps. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I love to see the genuineness. And so when I see brothers like, and I will drop his name again, Captain Tazoyak, I pressed his hand personally. I seen him on the ground personally. We interfaced quite a few times personally. And you know what I'm saying? I love to see people that's real to what they say they believe in. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. I ain't got to believe how you believe, but I
Yeah.
love to see you real to what you say you believe in. And even
Yeah.
when you challenge, you stepping up to the plate to represent and what you believe in. And so when I look at Grandmaster Jay claiming or spitting words that would associate him with a Hebrew Israelites, I'm like, we need somebody to speak to that. Like, you know, brother, are you a Hebrew Israelite or aren't you? And why are you trying to portray yourself as that? Because
Yeah.
some Hebrew Israelites could be seen as black identity extremists, as we read before. And
Yeah.
are you trying to put the radar on Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this what's going
Yeah.
on? So I got my brother, Hebrew Israelite brother, Yah. Are you there, brother? You can unmute yourself. He's in the channel. We just got to wait till he unmute himself. And then.
Okay. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you well, brother. So I would like you to introduce yourself, right? And maybe give us some understanding as to your perspective on what the Hebrew Israelite connection to all of this, because he's been screaming Hebrew Israelite stuff early on. He kind of slimmed it down or slowed it down a little bit, but what is your perspective on it?
Well, first of all, man, let me introduce myself. My real name, my government name, for all those who want to know, is Lonnie Howard. All right, simple as that. I changed my name to Abadia Israel. Abadia Israel means servant of Yah. Um, Look, man, there's one thing that we all got in common as so-called black folks is poverty. So anybody who knows what I'm talking about, we've been there and done that. Um, my pops is a pastor, uncle's a pastor, raised in the church. I got out of jail, man, I just started reading. You know what I mean? Reading the New Testament, Old Testament. Make a long story short, I got to know the Creator really, really well on my own. No influence by no man at all. Just me sitting here in my own place reading this book, getting the discernment from the Most High. Jay is a Hebrew Israelite, most definitely, but he's not being used by y'all hosts. And if you knew y'all hosts, and if you had some understanding of signs and symbols, one would understand and know that the ankh that he wears is not of Yah. That is of Egyptian origin. That goes even all the way back to ancient Babylon before the flood. This is why he always read texts of ancient literature before the flood, which the Most High told us to put away with them gods and follow him. Our forefather Abraham served them gods as well in the city of Ur. Those were the gods that the Most High had told him to put away. And he built the altar to the Most High. Okay, that's the same altar that he built to the Most High, Abraham. That's the same one of them rocks. It's the same rock they bow down to in Mecca.
But no, I don't want to get into all of that, brother. I'm asking you the connection. I want to get into the connection of Grandmaster Jay and Hebrew Israelite thought.
Okay, so this what I'm telling you. So anybody who understands his Hebrew Israelite science know that all these signs of the Ankh, all these different signs is not of Yah. Okay, when you want to implement gays into Yah's army, that is not of Yah. Okay, when you want to go out on Sabbath and supposedly protest like he did the other day, anybody knows that is not of Yah.
See, that's what I'm looking for, brother. Speak on that for a second, right there. So on the Sabbath, he goes out and protests. Is that for a strict believer of
That's forbidden.
Hebrew thought? Is that just off? It's done.
Forbidden. And the Most High told us in the book, you know what I'm saying, that we do no work. We sit in the house from sundown to sundown, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Sit your behind in the house. That's why a lot of us right now, we get popped Friday night, Saturdays. We catch a lot of hell, a lot of death in Israel because we out on them times where we supposed to be in the house. We catch a lot of hell Friday night. We catch a lot of hell Saturdays. Sit your behind in the house and honor the Most High, your Creator of the heavens and earth and everything in it.
Yeah, see, that's what I wanted to make the connection. Those little brief connections make sense to me because when someone screams that they are coming at the Edomites or using that language that we connect to the Hebrew Israelite community, it makes you wonder why haven't too many Hebrew Israelites spoke out and detached themselves from him now. And I've seen quite a few though. Now I have.
Well, I've seen the brother speak on Edomites, and he always relates the Edomites to the white man, and that's false. Okay, Edomite is Esau. Esau is the so-called Jewish man that's in the land right now. That's our oldest brother. That's Esau.
All right, I'm gonna run down here and grab my charger real quick. I'm gonna run right back. Brother. Go ahead, run. I
Esau ain't the white man. Edom. That's Esau descendants. That's not the white man. Okay, that's the so-called Jew that's in the land right now in Canaan's land, what's called Israel. So if you truly understand the Hebrew science, you would know that we don't refer to the white man as Esau. Esau is the so-called Jew. Remember, Jew is just a religion. He don't want you to know that his true nationality is Edom. I'm talking about the so-called Jewish people that's in the land today. They are our older brother. But he don't know the science of the Hebrew teaching calling a white man Edom.
Right. So that's what I needed, brother. Anything else you want to share, big bro?
You know, I just want to say this, man, to anybody listening, man. You know, let's not fight on the name of the Creator. This is not the time to pick up guns to fight your so-called enemy, because at the end of the day, Israel, you are your own worst enemy. Because we were sent here into this land for punishment. Our forefathers went against the laws of the Most High. We were sent here to get our butts whooped. Solomon's supplication says, turn back to Jerusalem and pray. Pray back to the Most High to forgive you for our sins that we have transgressed against him. Then he shall hear us, okay, and return us back to the land that he gave to our forefathers. A lot of us right now want to get out of oppression, but we don't know how. No one's telling us how to do it. Someone now that came up out of nowhere and said, pick up a gun. But that's already been done before. The Black Panthers did that. Where did it get you? It got you nowhere. Turn back to Yah, the laws of Yah. The reason why you here in this land getting a behind whoop is because we went against the law of Yah. So if you want to stop to get your behind whoop, just like if your daddy was whooping your behind, you can't go to your mama to get your daddy off. The Most High whooping our behind Israel. So you can't go to the white man. You can't go to the gun. You can't go to JC. You have to go to he who is whooping your behind. And if you go to the scriptures, the Most High said, he destroyed us. Not the white man. Don't give a white man all that power. The white man don't have power to destroy a whole nation unless it's ordained by the Most High. He's just a tool to whoop our behind. The Most High knew that he was a savage. So he sent us here to get our behinds dealt with for going against the laws of Yah. We are chosen people. We are special people. We want to be like everybody else, but who we're supposed to be. So that's why we sit here in Israel, getting our behinds whooped. Just like our brothers in Palestine getting their behinds whooped. Just like my Afro-Palestinians in the Jerusalem quarters getting their behinds whooped. See, Israel crying right now over bullets, but our brothers and sisters over in Palestine have been getting bombs dropped on their behinds for years now. Y'all ain't ready for that. And I say my brothers because I know my history. Those are our people. I'm not African. Okay? My people came from the Levant, so-called Mesopotamia. Okay? Abraham came from Ur. I'm a child of Abraham. So I ain't no African. I ain't Hamite. I'm Shemitic. You feel me?
Brother.
So therefore, you know, Huh?
I'm just trying to keep it on topic, brother. You know what I'm saying? And
Man,
that's
it's good, but you, hey,
what
look,
I'm
I just
saying
had
is
to,
I
hey,
think that's another conversation.
it's good. It's good, fam. I just want to get that spill because I was just cleaning. That is for those who want to hear, man. It's good. I don't plan on being on there like this no more. I'm gonna keep shooting the videos and I'm gonna do me. But I'm just glad that you gave me the platform just to speak because those who hear the voice of Yah know this truth. But there's only few of them. We're a remnant. Simple as that.
Indeed, my brother. Peace and love.
Man, I
Appreciate
love you for that. Love you for that. Oh yeah, Joseph, you're a real brother, fam. I love that you speak out, bro. That's real.
All honor, man. I salute you. First and foremost, man. I do it for y'all, man. Y'all motivate me, bro. Dead serious. Y'all motivate me. Keep you going, man.
You good, bro. Hopefully, man, maybe in the future, man, we can link up because there is a place for you brothers, man. But what we need to do as a people is we need to check our people.
Yeah.
Ain't no sense of picking up the gun and this sort of white man when we got ignorant brothers smoking each other over nothing, man. We need to go to hit the hoods. I'm from East Oakland, man. I'm from 9A. We need to go. We need to go spin them blocks. You hear me? We need to go to Chicago and get them brothers on tune. And if they don't want to get on tune, man, they got to go. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to do first. How you gonna step up against the white man or so-called oppression when we oppress ourselves?
That's it.
I go in the hood right now. I got my blicky for my brother. That's what I got my blicky for.
See it? They scared. Like that. Yeah, they're afraid, man. We ain't got no real men today. You feel what I'm saying? Like what you talking about, like my comrade and my sergeant, Tornado. He's with the Hebrew Nation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we need that right teaching in here, that proper teaching. That's what I'm telling the folks. They came in here, man. Let them people left, man. We got to fix that. Got to fix that problem.
So man, I appreciate both y'all. I want to let my brother General Delta to wrap us up. Brother Yah, I think you and I can have some conversations about the Levant and Africa and all that stuff in the future if you're open to it. My thing is right now, and I think what we need to focus on is not allowing our people to be sucked into this wormhole that has been created.
I think you did a great job exposing, man, paperwork, bro. I got to salute you on that real talk, man. You did a real good job on paperwork, man. And those who know, y'all know on that tip, he's a straight fraud. And you know, if we was back home in the land, they would hang that brother for this. This is real talk. If we was back home in the land, we would hang this dude for this. And put him in the grave before the sun goes in. You know what I mean?
Goodness,
I'm going to let it go there, man. I'm done.
All right,
honor, comrade. For real. I'll honor that, man. For real.
Hey, put him in the grave.
That's real talk. You know what I mean? And by him giving that proper science, I've been saw that sitting there like, wow, like, okay.
Oh, man.
Man. Yeah.
But brother, my thing is, I didn't want to get into the religious talk. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to know the religious connection. You know what I mean? One thing about religion, we should know by now that a lot of religion has been set in motion to divide us. Even us use religion to divide us. Me as a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, I look at religion from a universal perspective. I see what connects us, not what divides us. And I'm a grand sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I see what connects us all. I see what connects us not only to us as a group of people, but all people on the planet Earth and everything in connection. And creation, I mean to say, because all things from creation comes from the creator. So I look at the connection and what part everything plays. A snake plays a part, a rat plays a part, but a cow plays a part, a bird plays a part, a tree plays a part. Everything plays a part in creation, and everything plays a part to the better good because the creator didn't create nothing evil. We are creators and we created ourselves. So I don't look at things like that from that perspective. And so I'm open to get in any religious dialogue with anybody. My Moorish science is sharp. But this ain't the show for that. This show is about us making sure that our children and our people do not get caught up in the nonsense of this drama that we see today. Brother, do you mind, before we get out of here, to take a few calls?
Most definitely, I'll take them.
All right, let's see,
Line
family.
'em on
I'm
up.
about to
Line
put it
'em
up
on
in there.
up.
And we're gonna let a few calls come through. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let a few calls come through, and as we talk, you know, because we went religious on it, family. You know, the Moorish Science Temple of America, man. We're about that unified thought. That unified thought. Some people might go left, but hey, that's on them. Some
it.
people might go
That's
left.
it.
That's on them. You can't put
That's
that
it.
on God. We
That's
don't
it.
rock like that over here.
Anything you do.
Oh man. Is that Brother Tornado? Oh man, I was trying to get you on the show today. What happened?
I can only get texts and calls at the time, but I'm back online now.
Say it again.
He can get certain texts and calls that he back online now.
Oh, okay. Oh man, my bad. No, I can't get this person there. Let me see. Okay, hold on 1 second, family. I got two people on the line. The second person that called, who are you and where you calling from?
I am calling from Louisville, Kentucky.
Uh-oh. Hey, Tornado. Hold on. Tornado. I need you to hold on for a second.
Oh, the tornado.
Kentucky. This is very important.
Kentucky, this is T Breezy. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing out there in Louisville? How you doing out there in Louisville? I ain't gonna say Louisville, Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
We hanging in there, you know. Much respect to everybody, Moorish, DMJ, and everybody. You feel me?
Yeah. So what do you have to add to the conversation?
You feel me? But in all due respect, you know, the thing that I'm bothered about, yeah, I roll and I rock with DMJ. I'm not a part of it as of yet. Well, hold on.
No. Cut it. Listen. Cut it. Hold up. Cut your computer down because you're hearing me in delay. Cut your computer down or wherever you watching that because you're hearing me delay. We gotta talk straight up right here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there you go.
Okay, so the thing that I was coming at, first of all, Breonna Taylor's my people.
Right.
You understand where I'm coming from? And I appreciate everybody that's fighting for and protesting for and all the good shit. I understand that. But what I don't understand is why we just don't, I don't care what religion you are, Moorish, Israel, GMJ, I don't care what it is. Just come together as a people for our children. We are the last stop for our children and our grandchildren.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say, I agree with you.
It shouldn't be none of this.
Listen,
it shouldn't be no
I agree
arguing.
with you.
It shouldn't be, and I understand what you're trying to do, and we appreciate that. I understand what GMJ's trying to do. We appreciate that.
Let me say this.
But on the same thing, we need all of us to come together. This is what we've never had. And it's going on across the world. This is history in the making. This is prophecy.
Look, what I'm saying is, I agree with you if it was genuine. What I'm telling you is that I know from my history and research, and I'm talking about our history as people of African descent, indigenous people of this country. I know that every movement was infiltrated, and this day and era, in order to stop the formation of a real movement, they are creating leaders for us. And I'm saying that Grandmaster Jay is that created leader. This is why he didn't come with a militia, and he's starting to.
Listen though.
I said this today. I said, man,
hold up, Tornado. Tornado. Hold. Tornado. Bro, I'm about to hang up on you. We all can't talk at the same time. Hold on, Tornado.
And I understand what's been going on with the marches and the guns and this, that, and another, but this has never been done like this in history, where every black person on this planet is standing up and waking up.
Oh, yeah.
That has never been
done in
history.
What I'm saying is, I agree with you with that. But as every as you call so-called black people are standing up and waking up.
I'm not black. Black is a negative term.
What I'm saying is, we don't want them to stand up and be guided the wrong way. It's the point. We want them to stand up.
I understand that.
And so Grandmaster Jay is going to direct that energy the wrong way. And so brothers like myself,
but
brothers like Delta, and people like you.
Who's to say that y'all didn't choose him to stand up to be his military?
I say that the evidence goes against that. The evidence doesn't support that, is what I'm saying. The evidence doesn't support that.
The evidence does support it because this is the first time in history that Black people all around the globe have come together in history.
Can I ask? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me I want to ask you a question.
Grandmaster Jay. That didn't come from Grandmaster Jay. People are standing up. People are standing up because they are murdering.
We're waking up.
They are waking up. They are waking up and they're standing up because they are murdering our people in a way that has not been seen since the close of slavery, so blatant and so in front of your face.
The last time that hasn't been seen was here in Kentucky was 1965, if you know your history.
No, but listen to what I'm saying. The only reason people are waking up is because they have no choice now, because the brutality is being blatant in a time when we thought that that stuff was lost in the 60s.
See,
it has nothing to do with Grandmaster Jay.
Right here. I'm woke and I'm standing up, and you got sleepwalkers. You got people out here that they woke, but they still laying down. They haven't got up.
She says she woke, right? She says she woke. You've been watching this whole interview?
I've been woke since I was 7 years old, and I'm 40 right now.
You watched this interview?
I can't teach a man how to be a man.
Did you? No, I'm saying that. No, I was asking, did you? No, I was questioning, did you see this interview?
A king, you need to present. And
I was questioning, did you see the interview?
Let me get Delta in, and then we'll get Tornado to respond also. All right. So all right, so Delta, what you had to add to that?
Like with her, like she's saying such and such, she's Brianna people. See, they're still on me, right? So you saying such and such, we need to be this and be that. Okay, this is what I'm talking about right here. Did you sit here and see this interview? Did you hear what I said out my mouth? You didn't hear none of that. It went in one ear and out the other. Didn't even care.
I heard everything you said, brother.
Okay, did you hear me? Did you hear me not say that when Jay did not set up, we didn't have not one conversation.
Put your boots on the ground.
No. Listen. Hold up. That's another.
I was there.
Sis.
That's what I'm saying. You saying that, but
Jay said to him and all those that was around him that they had no time to talk to Breonna Taylor's mother. That's when they came there for.
That's not even what happened. That's
but
she was going home. That's not what happened.
But what you saying, right? You saying you want to see us put our boots on the ground for what? You don't care. You don't hear nothing I'm saying out my mouth to you.
You know what I'm saying? I got much respect. I'm not gonna argue with my king.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to have an argument either.
Or instead of getting mad and this and another, start your own stuff. Silence is louder than anything.
You're right.
So you want to? So basically, hold on one second. So you want me to sit here, and when I told you that he was not there for your people's Brianna, he had a whole different agenda. You want us to sit here and not say nothing and let this man send my folks like Tornado or my guy that's out there that's gonna take the shots. And when the shots went off, Grandmaster Jay wasn't there, nor was you. See, I had to handle that. Me and my other guy had to. See, the reality kicks in when you sitting at home watching social media. You see that? So what I'm saying is like what you saying. You want to see put boots on the ground? No, you don't. No, you don't, because we was already there. And when we telling you about us putting boots on the ground, where he was trying to lead us astray, and we was trying to be there putting boots on the ground for your peoples. I was trying to get to her mother, which he had a different agenda. See, you ain't hear none of that. So why we even talking to you? See, you the type what I'm talking about. You the type that's sitting on the comment section and you up here playing like you concerned about Black lives. You don't care. All you care about is GMJ and following suit, man. That's all I'm saying.
So look, I don't want to attack my guest because she's still my friend, even if she loves GMJ.
But you still mine. That's in Kentucky, man. You know Kentucky the second home, man.
But Tornado.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you there? Are you there, family? Sister, you still there from Kentucky?
That might be.
I think she hung up. So let me hold and get this, and I'm gonna get somebody else in. Hold on.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send.
All right, so hold on, my brother. I'm gonna tag you. I'm gonna get you in. So right now, I'm gonna have Tornado come in, and after Tornado, when you yield the floor, I'm gonna have the next caller come in. So come in, Tornado. What you got to say, brother?
Tornado.
All right, shalom to everybody. All praise to the Most High. Y'all what's up? The thing is, she come up putting boots on the ground. Me and Justin both had our boots on the ground. Another thing is, I was sitting right there when the man came up and said he called her mom and she was on the way 5 minutes away, and he said, I was right next to him. You can look at the pictures. I'm right next to him. And he said, she should have been here. We're done. We're going. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if she was just here because she wanted to defend Jay. That's what it sounded like. So everything that she was speaking about was kind of irrelevant because it's that she can start her own group too. But
I like that Tornado says she can start her own group too.
Wow, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just men that can do it, women can do it too. But you know, basically the whole thing is, I'm gonna go a little deeper from what the brother y'all was saying. You know, as far as the Israelite science, you know, that Ankh, he shouldn't wear the Ankh. He doesn't wear fringes. He eats pork. He doesn't have a beard. Yeah, his head is almost shaved off. He doesn't even have hair really on his head.
He a Moorish American. Nah, I'm playing.
He might be. I don't know, but I feel like
I'm playing. That's a joke. The Moors gonna get on me now. That's a joke.
Nah, but what he's trying to do is they know that the mass awakening is happening and people wanting to know who they are. And to be honest, not to go against anybody else, but the Bible basically relates to more of what's going on to us. So that's why he comes on this Israelite tip to get all the original Israelis in the formation and in the group to show their guns, and to eventually, because I know some shit gonna pop off on the 5th, but to eventually have these people leading to a slaughterhouse. Because, like I was telling somebody, a lot of them people don't know how to shoot. A good 20 to maybe 25 people can shoot out there. And the other percentage is just going to be just ducking, running, shooting, and not hitting nothing. And the people that's going to be out there going against NFAC, definitely going to be some shooters. It's going to be black, white. It's a patriotic thing that's going against NFAC. It ain't just white. It's black, white, whoever. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you can't, it's a false prophet. One thing I can tell people to look at is Matthew 24:24. It says, even the false prophet, if he can deceive the elect, he will do so. And right now, that's what he's doing. That's why he always brags about that elect, the chosen ones. You hear him say that a lot. This is for the elect. This is for the chosen. You know what I mean? So he's definitely aiming for the children of Yah. That's his aim right now.
Wow.
And to get them scattered.
Brother Tornado, man, when you get your communications back in order, I would like to dig into that deeper on a philosophical and religious perspective, bro. I definitely would, bro. You just said some heavy stuff.
Yeah, I'm back in action now. I go to receive every time I miss your call like that. I can't even call.
All right. Well, text me, bro, and we're gonna set that up, man. I think that's very interesting from a religious or, you know what I mean, a biblical perspective of how this is drawn. You know what I mean? And we can get our brother Yaya up on here too, because it seems like he's very heavy into breaking it down from the biblical perspective, and I think that's a conversation too. You know what I mean?
Right. And the reason I don't deal with camps is because it is. I'm gonna say this, and then, you know, whatever, you know, you can do your thing, and I'll let you go and do your thing. But it's really not black and white. Like Delta said, the battle is really good and evil. At this moment, the battle is good and evil. I done had times when I ain't have nothing. And the ones I'm supposed to be calling my brothers and sisters looking at me like, oh, well, you just ass out. And here comes this white person coming up, giving me money to eat. Here comes this Hispanic person giving me food, having me a place to sleep. Here comes this Asian person looking out for me, and this, that, and the third. So it's not about black and white. It's about good and evil. And if you look up propaganda, you break that down as pro-agenda. Right now, they pro-agenda is Marxism. To create to have certain groups look at other groups as inferior and superior. And sooner or later, that's going to cause a clash. That's going to cause a friction. You know what I'm saying? Only thing you need is a spark to create a fire. You know what I mean? And that's what they're trying to create, is the spark to create a fire.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you, brother Tornado. Text me, brother. We're going to set that up. Let me get this last caller on the line.
On a tornado, NFAR. We in the building. We up, comrade.
So do we still got our caller on the line? Are you there?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Who are you? Where you calling from? How you doing, family?
What's up, family? Man, my name's Jay Stenner, man. I'm calling from Richmond, California, bro.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about it, brother. What's happening? What's your thoughts on all this?
Man, I've been listening to both sides of the story. You know, I'm not the kind of person that's going to listen to one side and I listen to the other side. You know, I want to hear what everybody got to say. So I hear what Grandmaster Jay be saying. I hear what you be saying. But when I first got on with Grandmaster Jay, like, it sparked up this good feeling in my soul, like, oh yeah, this dude real. He really doing some stuff. You know what I mean? But then something didn't resonate right with me. You know what I mean? Let me first say, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I believe in the Most High. But when it comes to this, man, he does things that's questionable. Like some of my partners said, man, watch dude, he Illuminati. So I instantly went to the boy page. I went to his Instagram and sent him a direct message. And I hit him straight up personally. Hey, bro, I see what you're doing. I respect what you're doing. But are you Illuminati? He never gave me a response. So I was like, whoa, that's questionable. You know what I'm saying? Because if you is or you ain't, all you got to do is give me a simple yes or no. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fall back. You know what I mean? But when I see like the pyramid and the little Illuminati symbols on his page, you know what I mean? It was questionable to me. So then I've been listening to what Brother's saying. And he also say things like, you know, the slave master's Bible. But he goes back and say he's a Hebrew Israelite, but you reading out of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. You know, and the Bible specifically says that the Hebrew Israelites and the Egyptians are not the same people. You know what I'm saying? So when I listen to what the things he was saying, it's sort of questionable. Another thing is, he was speaking about, somebody said, was he the Antichrist? Now, if somebody asks me, if I'm the Antichrist, I'm not going to give you a whole definition of what the Antichrist is and what this is about, what that's about. I'm going to say, nah, I ain't no Antichrist, my brother. Nah, don't come at me like that. What he did was he gave a whole long explanation and definition of what the Antichrist is.
Hey, brother, and I don't mean to cut your wisdom on that, but I just got to chime in. He did the same thing when somebody asked him, was he an agent? And he did it live.
Right, I remember that.
He did this. He said, agent of agent of, like, it's a yes or no question.
It's a deflection. You deflecting, you know what I'm saying? You tap dancing around it. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that, he gave this whole definition about the Antichrist, this Antichrist, that, but he never did say, no, I'm not the Antichrist. And actually, he specifically said, I'm not going to say I am the Antichrist. I ain't going to say I ain't. So it's like you tap dancing around the question instead of just being honest and specific with your answers. You know what I mean? And that's questionable to a player like me, man. If I'm from the streets, man, you know what I'm saying? Somebody call me like a homosexual, I wouldn't be like, I ain't gonna give you the definition of homosexual.
See, that's that. Hey, bro.
I tell you, nigga, I ain't no homosexual.
Hey, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
What's your name again, brother?
I think we spoke.
Jay Superior, man. I'm from Richmond, California, baby.
Hey, Jay. See, that's how I cut the card. If you call me of the Rainbow Coalition, now we're gonna have to rock this one out. We gonna we ain't talking about
definition of it. We gonna talk about this.
Very simple, bro.
That's a real one right there, because that's how I rock. You ain't gonna play games with me talking about, man, listen, man, look, nah, it don't mean I'm gay because I hug somebody. No, we ain't doing none of that.
Very simple.
I ain't gonna no gay people. I ain't gonna tell you about the right and gay people. I ain't gonna go into all that. I'm gonna you call me something, I'm gonna tell you what it is and what it ain't. You don't get down like that, bro. My brother says you the Antichrist. Why can't you just say, nah, bro, I ain't the Antichrist? Don't give me this long, stepped out, tap dance information about what the Antichrist is and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Like on some weird stuff.
Hey, bro, that's the problem with him. He always got some rhetoric to fluff everything he's saying. He like, I gave an example, like in Baltimore, crab cakes are popular. I don't eat meat, I'm a vegetarian, but crab cakes are popular. And man, they might shut a crab cake spot down if they put too much filler in it. Nah, man, don't go eat over there. Man, we're going to burn this demonstration down. They crab cakes got too much filler. That means they got too much bread in it to try to make it look like crab meat. Man, they tear that. And his message got too much filler.
Crab, man, to be food goal. You feel me?
He got too much filler in his message.
My main thing is I want to say to you, brother, man, I appreciate what you're doing, man. General Delta, man, I appreciate what you guys doing. You putting out receipts. You putting in this work, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? My real message to our people is this, man. We need to get a nationwide truce.
That's right. That's right. And that's what we're gonna work on. Hey,
you know
brother.
What I mean? We can't really fight this oppression until we stop fighting ourselves, man.
Hey, brother.
If you blood, you Chris, you vice lord, you disciples, you whatever, Zotown, whatever. Let's go put them things down, and we got it in the hood. You know what I mean?
Hey,
we
brother.
not over here strappers, man.
Hey, brother, let me say this. That's my type of language. Let me say this, brother. Stay tuned to Moorish World TV. Post-COVID-19, we're going to send a campaign out to go around the country and do exactly what you just said.
Damn right. We building.
Email
Damn
so
right.
Organize what you just said. Ain't no need to keep talking on social media about this.
Damn right. We down so building. We down so
Follow
building.
Because I've been having this on my mind for a long time, bro. I got my own little coalition too. It's called Brothers Blacks Reaching Out to Healing the Danger Race. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really trying to do this for my people. I've been working with Mothers Against Senseless Killing since the early 2000s. It's named Mass, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm from like the murder capital, California, man. It get crazy out here, man. So I'm really for my people, man. But I said we can't get out here and talk about all these others that's doing stuff to us without us talking about what we doing to ourselves, man. We got to take accountability for our hoods. You can't clean nobody else's house while I told somebody else. You can't clean the White House until we clean our own house.
That's it.
Exactly. And the thing is, bro, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, what I need you to do is send me your email, bro, so we can begin to do this on this platform here. It touches everybody. I look at the algorithms.
Yeah, have them line me up with on IG and all that.
All around the country right now. You know what I'm saying? And we need to use it for our benefit, bro. So let's do it. What you just said.
That's real, man. And see, one thing I tell you about me, man, I ain't traveled around the world, bro. Last year, I spent 2 months in Africa, man. I walked down the streets of Ethiopia, bro. Walked down the streets of Egypt, bro. I've been here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got people all over this planet, bro, who love me, who respect me, who got them fighting the same oppression. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't talk about, I got people around the world who ready to do something. I can go call these people right now on Viber or WhatsApp, and I can go, you know what I mean, show you pictures. I've been with the people in the streets, you know what I mean, Ethiopia, out of the Bible. I've been with the people in Giza, Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So these people know me by first name basis. They love and respect me. You know what I'm saying? I got people in Ghana. I got people in South Africa. You know what I mean? So I'm just not one of these dudes that's be on the internet that be talking this internet stuff, man. I really put some stamps on my visa, man, on my passport, and I get up out of here. I left for 2 months, bro. And I told them, next time I leave, I don't think I'm going to come back, bro, because it's a beautiful thing going somewhere like Africa or people of melanated people, and you ain't got to worry about being no second-class citizen. You ain't got to worry about the police pulling you over. You ain't got to look at motherfuckers, excuse my language, you know, you ain't got to look at people that treat you this kind of way. No police will shoot you in the back. I walked down Ethiopia, man, with gold, diamonds, iPhone speakers. Didn't nobody touch me. Didn't nobody mess with me. They loved me. They respected me. You know what I'm saying? And that was the most beautiful thing I would express to our people, man. And sometimes we got to really think about getting up out of here, man. And your money going to go a little bit longer over here, man, because them people really love us, man. Don't believe that hype that they be telling you Africans don't love us, Africans don't mess with us. Man, I'm living walking proof, man. Them people love me. They took care of me. They washed my clothes. They fed me. They gave me, if I wanted some trees, they gave me trees. I wanted some drinks, they gave me drinks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to let you know that, man, we can do this. It ain't nothing to it but to do it.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. Like I say, this is a presentation for the internet, but we need to talk off this so we can get some things jumping that's real and live on the ground, as I'm doing here in Baltimore and as you doing in California. So, brother, this number right here, send me your email and we gonna connect. All right?
Gotcha, bro. For sure.
That's what's up. So let's wrap this up real quick, man. We're going to actually have to have the General Delta hour on Moorish World TV once a month or something right here, because brother, people want to hear what need to be said, brother. So anything you want to share in closing, brother, as we get out of here?
Like I said, I want to just say, man, I appreciate y'all. North, South, East, West, like the comrade there was talking about the West Coast connection. Like when it came through the music, Stunner Fan was out there. You had Kurt Cobain, who produced Tupac last project. That's one of our guys that's coming through with our folks out there. So we got a connection straight out there on the West Coast. My other comrade got a Black and Brown Stop the Violence, West Coast to Boston. You see that? So we've been doing this underground with the music lane. Like I said before, once again, all the folks that's representing NFAC, you got to understand something. No one man is this movement. No one man stops nothing. GMJ, not myself, no one man started nothing. You see what I'm saying? The one man was here first then, if they want to call it like that. So it's like with my mindset, like what the comrade here is talking about, what the 3%ers was talking about, all those patriotic folks I spoke with out there was talking about, patriotism, brotherhood. That's what they said. So what we got to do, we hypnotize ourselves to be stuck in this sunken place. We allowed ourselves to fall here with the age of technology. You know what I'm saying? We allowed ourselves to be bought today. It's what we accept. You know what I mean? It ain't what you know, is what you're curious about, what you care to know. So it's like we so busy worrying about what's going on around the corner, then around the world. You know what I mean? So then when things come back around, we look at ourselves like when things like COVID-19, ain't no job, no sports, no nothing. Now we looking at each other like, what is we gonna do? Now they're asking now, what is we gonna do? You see? No, what is you gonna do? You gotta come from up under that illusion, man, that you've been feeding for centuries. Centuries, black folks. That black unity, brotherhood, no, that never existed. We always been at war. It's always been about turf, domain, all that. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that out the system. Let's get that consciousness out the way. Moors, Kemetic dudes, and all that, Hebrews and all that. We don't care nothing about that. We done had so many years to sit here and debate, and we done that, right? But now when it come down to this point here, we're gonna have 2 marches also for the nation. For those that's in their feelings. It ain't no taking no shots, no nothing. We don't seen the Panther Party come out. I told Hashim out my mouth. You know what I mean? Bro, you violating. You know what I mean? You need to apply yourself a little more. I done said this to certain leaders. So when it come down to a fraud like GMJ, he is small fish to me. So if I can say polite name, or if I can speak on Umar, or I can say Pharaoh Allah, or I can give praise to General Sadie, whatever the case may be, I don't care about no man, no image, no nothing, no social, nothing. I don't care, not today. You see, because today, by us doing all that, putting all that energy left, look where we at now. You see? So we got to wake up and start applying ourselves. So black folks always talking about, what are we going to do? Where your foundations at? If it was time to go to Wisconsin, we got to pay for permits. Where y'all foundations at to pull from? Where your foundations at to pull from when you need water in Flint? You see that? Where your foundations at, like his account right now with $1 million, or Darren Roof account with 2 million. Where's yours at? Because you so concerned about Black lives today, y'all actually get y'all ass out there and march and protest and all that, and go over there to Trump them rallies and be hit across the head, pull your phones out and think you got some kind of leverage here in America because you've been consumed. You see that? You've been consumed to believe in this here. You see? So it's what you care about. It ain't what your enemy doing, it's what you care about. You know, so you'll sit there and you'll scroll today. But as soon as it come TGIF Friday, time to turn up, hit the bar like what the comrades say. You out on the wrong days. You see what I'm saying? Doing the wrong shit. You're not applying yourself. I'm tired of hearing every nation, black, browns, whites, using racism as an excuse to draw more separation, to promote personal agendas. Same way GMJ is doing. You know who's a victim of that? These children, like say Dylan Roof is a victim, Zachariah is a victim, Lil Cannon is a victim. That boy out there that went out there and shot, they still victims. They don't know no better. Their parents throwing that battery pack in their back. The same way y'all doing, telling him to go back outside and fight. You see that? Tell him to go back out there. You better not cry. So when he go outside and he choose a color now, don't you come back in there and get all such and such, act like you concerned about your son, say your son wasn't this, your son wasn't that, knowing your son was banging. And you promoted that. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got to start changing this first. You know what I mean? Like the comrade said, our burning house We got to put this fire out, starting with places like Chirac, places like California, places like ATL, at Wendy's, where them boys out there holding them damn shotguns, our youth. We got to stand up, stop being afraid to go out there and tell them little motherfuckers, you need to sit down somewhere. You need to be their dad today. Y'all don't care no more. So that village, we ain't got that. You know, so if we're going to sit here and figure out what we take it from here on out, you got to figure that out first. Black, brown, white. Figure that out first. And y'all overstand the numbers games. Y'all overstand foundation. Y'all overstand building. How I know? Creflo them got it. Everybody else around you moving forward except y'all. You see what I'm saying? Every nation around you. If the Latinos over here colonizing this side, the Asians over here colonizing this side, y'all the only ones that spend $3 trillion and don't own nothing essential. I don't understand that. You know what I mean? So we got all 35,000 rich Negroes in here, not including the billionaires. All these NBA players, all these NFL players want to go out here and holler BLM and take a knee. That ain't good enough no more. That's where we at with it. Start holding ourselves accountable today, not tomorrow. Any nationality that's against us, stay clear. What we don't do, we won't answer no questions. You see that? If you want to build with us as a unit, then build with us as a unit, fix your community. The Latin community needs building up. You see that? The Asian community, whatever the case may be, the gay community, we don't care, fixing problems. That's my mindset, that's my vision. When it comes to creating a whole new order. That's what I'm saying, a whole new order. And all you folks out here hollering, we need to go do this and do that. No, you need preparation. Pac say, I got my money right. Now I'm prepared for war. You see how Buddy moved on y'all? He was trained for that. Y'all ain't trained for that. Are you conditioned to go out there and war? Can you do pull-ups, push-ups, all this? Who's supposed to be out there? Who's not? All these elders, all those women that was faint, they supposed to be out there. Overstand your regime. Start taking this serious. That's where I'm at with it. So we're gonna start over. Let's get it prepared, man. You know what I'm saying? We overstand the social way of moving. We overstand that. You know what I mean? We give energy to that. Everybody ain't made for the field. Everybody ain't gonna come out there. But you just as vital, just as important. Sit behind your computer. That's where the power at. Social media. Social media today.
And guess what? Thank you, my brother. And after this COVID-19, man, I'm gonna show you. Like, if you go to my Facebook, you can see what I do. I just don't talk about it because I don't want everybody to know my moves. I mean,
hey, you been here.
You been here. You gonna see me pop up. You gonna see me pop up in the midst, and I'm gonna be right there and be like, what it is. As many people have seen me in the past just pop up and say, man, you really about that?
Hey, and you only one that win that set. Nobody win that set. You know what I mean? You got stripes in this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I know who's with it. Yeah.
But I don't want no problems. I want to see us all. Yeah. I want to see us all work this thing out. I want to see us all come together, but I don't want to see us come together under a false premise.
That's it.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see us come together under false premise where at the end of the day, we'll be fighting one another because we find out that someone is whispering in another person's ear to cause confusion so we can never get organized what the intent was initially for us coming together in the first place. Because normally that's how it works. If you got a leader like Grandmaster Jay, as people come together, he is going to be whispering in this one ear one thing, he's going to whisper in that one ear the other thing. And while he got his little core circle of actors and other agents, they know that they're going to roll with Grandmaster Jay all the way to the end and get up out of this country or wherever they're going to go in quiet while everyone else continue to fight amongst each other, and they never will be able to get the solution that they were looking for and that was truly intended. And so this is why people have to be more smarter than what they're acting like they are. I see a brother, man, I would love to interview him. He's from the NFAC. I forget his name. And he seems like a rather intelligent brother. And I know he can see through Grandmaster Jay, but he's just holding on for some hope. He's holding videos all the time, and I'm not going to put him out there because when it's all said and done, I know him and myself will have a conversation. But I can tell he's just holding on for hope. He don't want to look like a fool. And message to him, brother, you ain't going to look like a fool. You're actually going to look intelligent. You know what I mean? You're actually going to intelligent. Because one thing we say in the Moorish Science Temple of America, a wise man changes his mind often. A fool is obstinate. He knows everything but his own ignorance. In other words, the fool is going to continue to stay the course even know the course is leading to his own destruction. The wise person examine a thing and say, hold up, let me reconsider. And they readjust and keep it moving, and then they live. So, brother, take us out in closing, brother, as I shut it down. Anything else, my brother?
All right, like I say, man, one thing about it, NFAC, NFAR, what I want y'all to understand, black, brown, white, 3%ers, I don't care what you are, patriotic folks, QAnon, understand something, November. It's around the corner. Going to November. This is what I'm calling. I'm calling for nation, worldwide peace. I don't want no turmoil. You know what I mean? No chaos. Let's go. Nation, worldwide peace coming November. Let's figure it out. You know what I mean? Start balancing ourselves out. You know what I mean? Start acting like civil adults. Start earning that right. You know what I mean? For even the millennials out here, start earning that right to be respected. We respect y'all. You know what I mean? You showed that. Now it's time for the adults to step up and show their work. They let y'all down. They owe y'all more. We owe our women more. Black folks owe the black community more. White folks owe the white community more to sit that boy out there and sacrifice that boy, to lose cannon like that, to keep going back and forth with the BLM shit. Y'all got to stop that shit today, not tomorrow. That's all I'm talking about. Latins, y'all need to come together today. I'm calling for one nation. That's all I'm hollering. NFAR is one nation. If you want to run here, you want to run there. You know what I'm saying? If Grandmaster Jay was authentic, you know what I mean? If he was genuine, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have no problem with even coming back out there on the 5th. I already done said that. So all those folks looking past that, looking past the facts, you are just as much to blame as the oppressors. That's all I'm saying. So we're going to move forward. Let's get together and start building today. Start building. Start taking the right steps, the proper steps of getting yourself there to forming a whole new alliance, a whole new order. I don't give a damn what belief. Every religion, every nation is welcome, but we don't do racism. We do not do racism. We don't do discrimination. We don't do adultery at all. You hear me? So that's the overall order with me. No one is kicked out. NFAR is yours. Within the media circle, something else. But I'm prepared, man. I appreciate y'all. All y'all that jump on the comment section. All y'all that came in and tuned in tonight. Like I tell all of my folks, make sure y'all hit that like and support the comrade. But without social media, this is the outlet to be able to reach the comrade over there in LA. You understand that. You see how powerful this is. We down there in the islands right now reaching folks. Social media, this is the outlet. You understand that? So we're going to come back and we're going to build more. Any ideas, contact me, NFAR _general _Delta. Or you can pull me up at YouTube. Who is Delta? We'll start getting this thing lined up at Moorish World TV. Boy, I salute you, comrade.
Man,
I gotta salute you,
bro. I salute you, bro. Heavy,
yeah,
heavy you, Tornado, and even the sister from Kentucky that called in, even the supporters of Grandmaster Jay, because I understand where you at. I want to salute my brother Sonny Boxing. That's
even one more thing. Her who said that, she said she called in. She said that's her people. Tell her call back in. I'm gonna send it to her. You know what I mean? Send that to the moms. I've been holding it for a reason. You know what I mean? So I know it got to go to the mother. She finally get it with autograph. We'll send it right on up there. You know what I mean? So tell her follow up with me. We'll do that. We'll auction that thing. I'll put it on auction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And she can hear you. She can hear you. She's still here. But let me salute my brother Sonny Boxing Talk. That's my guy. Brother, we're gonna be talking real soon. My apologies, you didn't get your call through, but we're going to have many other calls to come through here on this platform, because this is the people's platform, Moorish World TV. And I'm your host, the People's Grand Sheik. I'm the People's Grand Sheik. That's right. I am the People's Grand Sheik, and I'm going to make sure that everybody have a voice when it comes to our people, whether it be Hebrew, NOI, or whomever. One thing about me, at this point, I don't even want to do the debates and all of that about your religion and your belief. We can do that somewhere else. Right now, we are being murdered, killed, and infiltrated. So I ain't even going to do all the back and forth about the God Allah and the God Yah. I ain't got time right now. Maybe next year this time we can do that. Right now, we need to solve this problem of this infiltration that is so sophisticated that we got people crying, saying that we are going against and causing division against Grandmaster Jay when he is the catalyst that causes division, sent
Mhm.
by them peoples. With that being said, salute, peace, and love. Shout out to New Black World Order. Shout out to Love Queen. Shout out to Holly. Shout out to Right L. Shout out to Old Boy. Oh boy! Shout out to Kitty RS. Shout out to my brother Delta. Shout out to Big Pimp and 2K7. King Azrael, Holly Love. Shout out to all of y'all, Renegade and everybody. I appreciate y'all. Trust me, I appreciate y'all. All the new subscribers, all my people that been here, JG and everybody, State Street Entertainment, talk to me. That's right. Peace and love, family. And let me give a super shout out to Celia Fit, who have been surely supporting the channel by hitting that cash $ tonight. Peace and love, family. We're going to do this again on Wednesday. We will be back, but I will have some new uploads coming to you probably tomorrow and the next day. But we'll be live Wednesday to go back at it again. Peace and love, family. Salute.
All honors, Moorish World, man. All honor. We up and running. NFAC, squad for life. You hear me?